night staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Sane.
You remember that from Looney Tunes? That was when he was getting cooked. when Bugs Bunny was getting cooked, but he was boiling his own.
Oh yeah, I was going in a different direction.
I know the one you're talking about too.
I was going, ooh, ah, oh, popping fresh dough. I call that my Pillsbury Doughboy remix.
Yeah.
Did you know that Michael Jackson got his laugh from the Pillsbury Doughboy? A lot of people don't know that.
Shut up. It's not true at all. Bro, I'm glad you said that. Have you seen this meme that's going around where like I was today years old when I realized that and want to be starting something, Michael Jackson is saying, I'm going to say what I got to say and I'm not going to stop. Like, no, that's not what he was saying.
I don't think that's what he said.
Yeah, that's not what he's going to say. That's not what he said.
Like, that's not
what he said at all. Yeah.
Like, the lyrics are documented of what he was saying in that song. Like,
we're retconning.
Yeah, we're searching so much for something to be mean-worthy. And like, no, that's not what Michael Jackson said.
Yeah, we're trying to redo what, no.
The Michael Jackson estate was sued by the guy who had Mama Say, Mama Sa, Mama Wakusa in another song in the 70s. I'm like, stop, that's not true. That is exactly what he was saying in the song. He's not saying, I'm going to say what I got to say and I'm not going to stop. No, he didn't say that's not what the lyrics are. But anyway, good morning, Peter Edmiston. Good morning, Zach.
Good morning. Man. Yeah, see, this is the kind of thing that happens when you stay up real late.
Yeah.
Watching the Grizzlies lose.
It's disgusting.
In pitiful fashion. That's what happens. You wake up and you got weird thoughts. You're in a weird headspace. Your brain is all googly moogly, as the British would say.
That thing is not
a bit of the spot of bother you are. That kind of stuff. That's what happens, man. You're in a weird place. So that's what we are. We're just gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have to deal with it as best we can here on the program, man. It's what it is. We're gonna talk to John Gasaway at 8:00 about the transfer situation around college hoops and all that stuff. Dustin Starr is going to join us at 9:00. We're going to talk a little wrestling with him. There's good and there's bad and all that stuff. So we'll discuss all that. But obviously we're going to talk a lot about the Grizzlies last night. For those of you that didn't stay up, Jaren Jackson Jr. did indeed return, and it was from an individual level a very successful return for Jaren Jackson Jr. as he looked pretty good. I got to tell you, like he looked pretty good. There were some moments of rust and all that, but for a guy that played 18 minutes, scored 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks, hit a 3. Did Jaren Jackson Jr. stuff and looked really good. So that's an extreme positive from last night. However, the negatives. Well, the negatives rack up pretty good, pretty.
So about Jaren or for the team in general?
No, for the team in general. Jaren is an unmitigated positive from last night. Jaren is nothing but positive. I mean, there are things he's going to have to deal with and all that. But in terms of he returned successfully, he tried to foul out but didn't. He did not injure himself.
Rebounds.
He did a lot of good stuff. So his return was spectacular. Very good.
Looking 7 foot out there though. Was he? Did
Yeah,
he look 7 foot in your eyes? Yeah.
He looks 7 feet. Yeah. He looked like a 7-footer to me. Mm-hmm. He looked taller. I could just tell. I could just see it. I could I think he's taller. He seems taller to me. So we're going to discuss him individually, but the team themselves. Oh boy, oh boy. Not good. This one was a bad one last night. This is one that was, especially if you stayed up late to watch it and you got this as a gift for staying up late. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody out there because that was brutal last night. I get the feeling Zach didn't even stay up. I don't know. I feel like Zach didn't stay. Zach, were you asleep? You were asleep, weren't you?
No, I watched the entire game.
What?
Yeah.
Zach must have had a powerful nap. He must have had a powerful nap yesterday.
No, it was about an hour or so. Then I woke up having to take care of a few things. Like it wasn't it wasn't too bad. Like, during the playoff years. But, it was cool. Typically typically I'm up around that time. I'm just in the bed. So
interesting.
I'm just laying in the bed watching TV.
My intention was to sleep before the game, but I was on Facebook and my brother sent me.
So you can't do that.
No, listen. My brother sent me a sleep replacement binaural beat video, and boy, did it work for me. You get the
binaural beats are weird. Yeah, they're weird.
They're a little bit too weird, but I love them. I'm low key addicted to them.
They freak you out a little bit. Yeah.
But he sent me one, and I didn't know it was a sleep replacement one. But when I listened to it, like, my urge to want to go to sleep was gone. And, like, I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to watch the game now. And I watched it, and I didn't go to sleep at halftime.
Yeah.
Shout out to binaural beats, though.
Yeah. For those that don't know, the binaural beats are when you listen to something that's placed in your head, like where it is in the beat, like it's stuff is placed specifically in certain.
Right.
It sounds really.
It affects your mood.
It's very well. I mean, it can. I don't know. That's I don't know. I didn't find it affected my mood, but I found it was very cool. I liked it. I was very intrigued by it.
Oh yeah,
I was
great.
It was just like really, and I liked listening to the ones on the street. I'd like to. There was somebody that had one that where they were just walking down the street.
Oh,
and it was a binaural of them, but like when you put your head here, you hear like where stuff is, and it's very like I kept finding myself like looking around, like what's going on.
Oh yeah, I love it. The human body is amazing. And the ears are incredible when you really think about it. The brain is incredible. How you can kind of hear things or smell things that aren't there.
And I listened to it on my sound system that's all outrageous, and it was really crazy. So.
Well, I listened to my new AirPod Pros that I just got over the weekend.
Oh, well, la di da.
With the noise cancellation cranked all the way up as well.
Yes. I have
theater
the
mode.
Bootleg. I have the bootleg AirPods.
I had some of those too. Remember I had those in that Zoom call?
The scare pods.
The scare pods.
They're fantastic. It's tremendous, fantastic. All right, so it's a lot to take in from last night. So we're gonna break it down as best we can. But headline: Jaren back, Grizzlies lose, and this of all the losses, they've had a lot of really bad, really heartbreaking losses. But this one might be the worst one, and it wasn't so much as heartbreaking as it was nauseating. It was really just sickening, bad loss. And I don't know. We'll go through all of it. As I said, we got lots of guests. We got lots of fun. We're going to do it today with you. You can join us at 70236 on the First Bank text line, 70236. We'd love to hear from you. Here, of course, is metaphorically speaking. We wouldn't actually hear the text, but it's almost as if when you text, some of you text in a certain voice, that it's almost like we can hear what you're saying. Now, if you do want to use your actual voice on the phone, you can do that as well. 360-8255, 901-360-8255. And, of course, you can chat with us on the video stream. You check us out on our video stream all over social media and in the app. You want to go ahead and do that. Hey, cool. We'd love to have you. And why don't you just pop in into the chat and say hello while you're doing all that.
Somebody asked me today, Why don't other stations have
today? Like this,
I'm sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. Somebody asked me yesterday.
What?
Why don't the other stations or shows in Memphis do the live video thing like you guys do?
I mean, because they don't care about you.
They don't care. That's why they
They don't care about you. Yeah. We care about you. They don't even care about you. To them, you're just a commodity. You're just another number on the old ratings dial. Oh, and you're just an old part of the business.
Yeah, just come to me. Like, come listen to me.
Yeah, that's right. We're this, we're that. I
get on the radio. Pull your phone out.
Exactly.
Download this app. Yeah, you can hear me.
They're part of a whole conglomerate. We're about local business. We're about keeping it local.
We're going behind the curtain here. Let you see us.
Exactly
we're real
right. You
here.
support your local, the folks. We care about you. In each customer, we love them. We care about you as a customer and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. You get to see us.
You want to go to the local hardware store. You want to go to Home Depot and all this. I mean, come on. This is what it's all about.
Get to see us with our Sports 56 shirts on, live and
exactly
direct.
Right.
Real
exactly
people
right.
here, man.
We're out here just keeping it real. So
we don't need no meow over here. Meow is good. But
be a dog.
Be a dog.
Be a dog.
Get up and brush your hair in the morning and get him step in front of the camera like a man.
You need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror.
Yeah,
I look
look at
good. I got my extra bands on.
Yeah.
I got my other shoes on. Be a dog.
Be a dog.
We don't need no meow.
Get up and brush your hair in the morning and brush your teeth.
We need more dogs.
Put a collared shirt on. Let the
That's
people
right.
see you out here, man. Come out from behind the curtain. Show yourselves.
That's right.
Imagine that
Just
really being a thing. Like
just
how
unprovoked.
How dare
Just
you not
an
show your
unprovoked.
face on the radio?
We're cutting a promo. It's wrestling day, so we're
hiding
cutting a promo.
There?
None of you have the guts to show your face while you're talking sports. What are you doing?
The people
Are you eating something? I don't know. I can't tell.
Are you even
What are you wearing?
Are you even wearing an undershirt under your?
You got stuff on your face? You got a little crust on your face from when you ate a little breakfast? How do I know? I don't know.
Man, that's hilarious.
But for real, they don't care about you.
They don't care about y'all,
man. They don't care nothing about you.
Guys, just get up, just roll in whenever. Just show up. Got kids in the background.
They're just doing their thing and blah blah. Look at us.
Man.
And then no.
Look at us, man, giving y'all the real out here. Matter of fact, cut the radio off. Just go to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're gonna cut our radio on. Keep us on. Yeah, keep us on. But yeah.
But yeah, exactly.
Don't even patronize these guys, man.
Oh man.
Imagine like really thinking that.
I know.
You're just going the extra mile for the people.
There's probably some people who think that we're serious about that. So anyway,
yeah.
I guess I should go ahead and just.
And there are some people that don't realize we're a radio.
Pre-apologize.
Have you got that yet?
To my friends over there that are.
Oh yeah, for sure. And some of them may be listening, and that's really why I'm doing it too. Just giving a wink and nod to my buddies. But there are some people that don't know that we're a radio show. You know that?
That we're actually on the radio.
Some people just think that we're because so many people are doing like Facebook Live podcasts.
Yeah. We're
people think that's what we are. Like they don't realize that we're attached to a radio show. And then they see that you're obviously at home. And they think all three of us are at our respective houses doing this. I've had people tell me that. They say, "You're doing that from home, right?"
No.
I say, "No, man.
Clearly, I'm not.
Why are they not? Do they not see the shirts and the logos and all?
I mean, I don't know. But I guess they just anybody can get a certain logo done. I've had people come to me who said that they thought this was just a Facebook Live podcast. They didn't know that we were like on the radio.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
It's cool though. Just listen, man. Just listen to these truths.
As long as you're listening, I don't really care what you think.
You ain't never lied.
You can think we're just a YouTube stream, a reaction channel. We're just reacting to videos and stuff. We're just reacting to things, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And clearly, up here.
Hey! You like the content? Hey, like it, click it, subscribe. Hey, bang in those notifications. Bang up those notifications. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about what's going on down here.
What's the one they do to get you to comment? It's something they say to get you to comment something. If you don't like what I'm saying, Put your thoughts in
If you don't like,
comments.
hey, if you don't like, if you like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm saying, that's great. I need to know. Just hit me up in the comments right there. You know what I'm saying? Click follow, and make sure you get.
Yep.
Hey, and click those notifications so you know when I'm going live.
If I get 50,000 likes, you're gonna get part 2. No part 2 unless I get 50,000 likes.
Let me know what I should be talking about. All this, every video, I hate this stuff. Oh God,
The life of a content creator. And my son thinks my son thinks he's a YouTuber. Like he lives a life like he's a successful YouTuber. Like Gabe, you haven't made not one video, but he thinks he's like. Oh, he told me the other day that I'm broke because I don't drop the bag on homeless people. It's like what?
Well, yeah. That's because That's.
Dad, why don't you ever drop the bag on homeless people? Like, what are you? Shut up, you. If I drop you on somebody homeless, what are you talking about? Just leave you on the curb with somebody. Man told me I don't drop the bag.
This man's lifestyle.
Speaking of dropping the bag, Memphis Grizzlies yesterday.
They dropped something. They dropped the ball. Didn't drop the bag. They dropped the ball. It's just where it is. Just where it is.
Where do you start? I said I'm not going to rant about this, but if I'm triggered, I'll go there. But I plan to kind of talk around this game. I'm not going to dig into my frustration and the realities to sit in.
Well,
if we lose these 3 games to Portland, or lose 2 out of these 3 games to Portland, and then Portland puts us out of playing again, because I got a feeling that Portland's going to fall, and we're going to see them in this play-in thing. If they end our season again, man, I'm going to be.
Well, we'll talk about it. I'll tell you what. We'll talk about it after the break. Before the break, since we just as a prelude, it'll take us a little second to get into it. Did you see Did you see Joel Embiid almost make that?
That was the most ridiculous missed shot I've
ever
ever seen.
That would have been the greatest shot in basketball history.
Not just the fact that he hit it, but the way that he rebounded, and in one motion, the ball was gone.
Yeah, it was like 0.4 seconds. Yeah. For those that didn't see it, he rebounds the ball in his own paint. So he's a good 75 feet away from the other basket. And in one motion, he just rebounds it and
the ball's gone.
Flings it.
Yep.
And it goes. I mean, it goes like in and out of the rim, like it just, and then like it was perfect.
Right.
That's as good as you can do, and it very nearly went in, and it would have counted. Like it somehow that was.
Is he one of the
that
most
really would have been the greatest?
Is he one of the most underrated
greatest shot I think
nature,
I've ever seen?
Is he one of the most underrated freak of nature unicorn players ever? Like we don't put him in those kind of conversations, but the things he does, his coordination, just. Dude is incredible.
He's so big.
Yeah,
he is so big.
He's huge.
He's 7'3". Like you don't realize till you see him in person.
And he's super nimble.
He is
great feet. Like
he's got great footwork.
He's
got
a
great
monster,
touch. Got great touch. If he just has to remain healthier is the only thing. But this year he's been more healthy and he's just been he's a.
You ever been
phenomenal.
to a bowling alley or anywhere and just seen someone?
He's untouchable.
You ever seen someone bowling? I remember seeing this guy in a bowling alley. And he was just screwing around. He was throwing the ball between his legs, walking up, throwing any kind of roll he wants to roll, just rolling strike after strike after strike. Like, that's how Joel Embiid looks like he's playing the game. Like, it's super easy. Like, he's just screwing around for the most part. Like, I saw him shoot a step-back three-pointer in the game yesterday. I was like, dude, like, what are we talking about? Like, dude is incredible, man. Like, I don't catch a lot of Philadelphia games outside of when they're playing us. But Embiid he's the real deal, fam. Like, for real. And, but yeah, that potential game-time shot that didn't go in, that would have been an all-timer. I mean, it just looks so weird because it's like he caught it and the ball's gone. I was like, this is like a 2K glitch, and he just did that in real life.
I mean, that for real, that would have been, I think, truly the greatest shot
ever
in basketball history. I mean, like, it's so, like, it can't. He got it dead center. Like, it was right. The direction was perfect.
Right.
And it's
the awareness of it. Like, how did you catch that, cradle it, and then just gone in one motion? Like, I was like, bro, that was sick. But yeah,
I mean, like, it's just wow, man.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I watched it. I think I watched it probably, I don't know, 30 times yesterday. Like, it's he catches it one motion, flings it, and it goes backboard. And it I mean,
and then the look on Devin Booker's face was like,
Devin Booker's like, what? I can't believe that thing.
Hey, bro,
the one from behind the other goal looks good the entire way. It looks good the entire way. I don't know if you didn't see it, go check it out. It's insane. Again, that was almost it was right. It was right up there with Gordon Hayward in that half court shot at the end of the Butler Duke national final when he almost hits a half court shot to win the national championship.
Right.
It was right up there with that. I mean, it was, except this one was even harder. I don't know.
Man.
It's hard enough to shoot a 75-foot shot anyway, much less to do it in one motion, like with 0.4 seconds left and get it off in time. And it's incredible.
Bro.
Incredible. It's just,
catches it.
I watched
He's
it over and over. I watched it over and over and over again. Like, it's so good.
And that joy had to win in.
Right. Yeah. I mean, insane.
Oh, man, it looks so good.
Unbelievable. All right, so when we return, we'll get into the actual Grizzlies game. We've gotten away from it as we have to. Yeah, I'm afraid we have to. We've gotten away from it as much as we can, but I'm going to go. And I got some questions for all of you. After what we saw, I got some questions for everybody. We're going to get into the good stuff, which is definitely mostly Jaren Jackson Jr. And we're going to get to the bad stuff, which is pretty much everything else. And we'll go through it. We'll go through it all. I mean, I had a great parlay on FanDuel Sportsbook.
So did I.
That was should they really? I got
no reason for it not to hit.
I mean, it's just. I mean, at halftime, I was sitting pretty. I was good to go. Ja Morant, 25 points. Dude's got 17 at the half, looking great.
Well, Peter,
over 4.5 rebounds, no problem. 6 assists, good. He's right there. He's right there in the mix. Marcus Morris over 17.5 points. Yep, no problem. Zubats over 12.5 points. Yep, no problem. Got those two. Ja Morant over 2 3-pointers. Yep, he did that in the first 5 minutes of the game. No problem.
Ja making threes.
I need Grayson Allen. I need Grayson Allen to
do something.
And
I need 2 threes.
But that's not his. That's not his fault though. We're gonna get into that coming up in just a little bit. So I'm a little irritated about that. But
I got something that's gonna cheer you up as we go to the break.
Okay.
I got something going to the break real fast. Got a Lavelle Hill update. We'll talk about it sometime in the show.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I know. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's phenomenal.
And I talked to the guy who started the campaign. We're friends.
Adrian?
Yeah, Adrian. Yeah, good dude. And he's just overwhelmed by it all. But we'll talk about that as the day goes on.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. It's been an incredible blessing. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see what's been going on. So we'll do that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Looking for a new home? Trying to sell your old home? Call Rule Smith of RE/MAX Experts for all your real estate needs. Buying or selling, you need a real estate expert like Rule Smith, 901-304-7827. Rule Smith is licensed in Tennessee with a decade of experience in the greater Memphis area. He knows the ins and outs of buying and selling a home, and he makes it easy for you. Count on Rule Smith's honest, no-nonsense approach to get the home you want, the home you need, and the home you can count on. Whether it's your first home, your next home, home or your dream home. Call real estate professional Rule Smith, 901-304-7827. That's 304-7827. Visit yourgermantownagent.com today. Again, yourgermantownagent.com. Call Rule Smith's cell phone today, 901-304-7827, or call the RE/MAX Experts office at 901-685-6000, and let Rule Smith rule your real estate needs.
You ready for a new ride? We Gossett and Gossett Kia Covington Pike. And Bobby J is the man to put you in a new Kia today. It's less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte, $129 a month lease. $31.99 due at signing. Find your soulmate with 2021 Kia Soul. $159 a month lease, $3,099 due at signing. And 2021 Kia K5 built in America, $184 a month lease, $3,099 due at signing. All 36-month leases. Plus, peace of mind you can trust with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike. Shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we Gossett and Gossett Motor Cars.
36-month leases, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME344-837, MSRP $20,655. Sold M777-2135, MSRP $21,130. K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725. 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland, or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1, and the new FM 98.5.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, we're working an accident on I-40 eastbound at Summer Avenue. The left lane is partially blocked. That's I-40 eastbound at Summer Avenue. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Saints game. How do they mess this guy up? They mess this guy up. How do they? I mean, he was over like Rover, man. He was. When they had the real live, and then he's out there like vibing, and like they're all, and the crowd's like,
How you ruin
that's
this,
good
bro?
stuff. That's what wrestling is. Wrestling is a sing along.
Yep.
You know, people now got to be in on the joke. That's the whole thing. You got to be in. Everyone has to have their part, and that's why.
But that time they had the real
yes,
dude playing, it was incredible.
it was incredible. I mean, the crowd was.
They ruined this man.
They're just like, nah.
He ain't on TV at all now.
Just get out of here. Even I don't know if he's under contract with them anymore.
Man, dude at the house, he was so.
He's
good.
an incredible wrestler too. On top of all that stuff, man. Boy, we need competition fast for WWE, and hopefully AEW's.
AEW getting there.
We need it though, because man, they are terrible when they rest on their laurels. Terrible. All right, so let's just get into it now. Hour number one continues here. It's cold. It's cold out there. It's very cold. It'll be warmer. Like the actual day today is going to be in the mid 60s, but right now it's like 40 when you go out there. So it's cold.
Yeah,
I hate to tell you, bad news for you there. Grizzlies lose 117-105. They managed to lose this game by 12. They managed to lose this game by double digits. Like that's, it's hard to imagine. They were up. They were up 18 in the first quarter. They were up 15 after the first quarter was over, and they scored 39 points and looked phenomenal. Best first quarter they've had all year. Like they for even in the games where they play well, usually their first quarters are kind of, and then they sort of like work their way into the game. They came out guns blazing, firing off, shooting like 70%. Like everybody, Jaren came in for like 3 minutes and was outstanding. Hit his first three. It popped up and danced along the top of the backboard and then dropped in like a majestic miracle.
Yeah.
Unicorn, like a rainbow of unicorn magic. It was wonderful. And so everything's looking good. And you're like, well, the Clippers are without Paul George. They're without Kawhi Leonard. They're without Rondo. They're without Reggie Jackson. They got 4 rotation guys and 2 MVP level players out. This ought to be easy. And then the Grizzlies proceed to score a grand total of 66 points the rest of the game. After scoring 39 in the first quarter, they score 66 in the remaining 36 minutes and lose by double digits. Lose by 12.
Had like 30
get outscored.
In the second
get
half.
outscored by 27 points in the next little bit. By the Clippers team, they scored 43 points in the second half. Got outscored 64-43 in the second half. I mean, it was pitiful, man. Pitiful.
Disgusting game. And you had opportunities to – the Grizzlies really should be 6th in the West, like right now.
Yeah,
like you just look at how many games they just screwed away. And big swing in the second quarter when you're up big. You're playing 11 guys. This ain't the MAM league, man. Like it's not. And there are things that we should have addressed at the trade deadline, just in hindsight. Not particularly to make us short-term better or whatever, but just consolidating guys. Like we're trying to play too many dudes, man. Like, and it's Jenkins doesn't need this many tools in his toolbox because he's not really managing it well. And Justice Winslow, you won't have enough intel or enough data to know what he is. He hasn't been here long enough. They decided to bubble wrap him. And when he had the thigh injury, they bubble wrapped him again and made, what the thigh bruise last a month. You know what I mean? So you don't have enough. You won't have, even if you play him every game from here on to the end of the season or playoffs, playing whatever, you're not going to have enough evidence to whether you should opt him in or not as far as picking up the option on this contract. Just shut Justice Winslow down for the year. Just shut him down because whatever decision you're going to make on him, you're going to make it based off of maybe anyway. It's that you're not going to see any reality out of this version of Justice Winslow that justifies opting and picking up his option or not. Just shut him down.
Justifies.
Yeah, justifies. Just shut him down for the year, man, and just say, hey, because you can't afford for him to get into shape on the fly, or get his game going on the fly. If you want to keep him, keep him. Because if anything, I'm a big proponent of keeping assets, because that can be a part of a trade. You don't just that's a $12 million piece that you could use to make a bigger deal work. So whatever. It's a 1-year deal. If you pick him up, I'm not gonna be mad at you. But there's nothing on the court that you can see from Justice Winslow that's gonna justify you picking up this option. So just shut him down for the year. Let him get himself together. We'll see you. Have a good offseason. We'll see you next year. But playing him at this point, especially last night, looked ridiculous. Tyus Jones, why are we? What are we? It's just too many dudes who do the same thing, bro. And it's we look super young and inexperienced. Cause yeah, that was the Clippers role players, but that was not their G League. There was a lot of guys who've been in the NBA for a long time.
No, I mean, yeah, those guys are good.
Guys who
Marcus Morris
have been
can play.
alphas on other teams before, so they know how
Marcus
to.
Morris can play. Kennard is a good player. He's proven himself to be a very good NBA player. Zubats is a very
Yogi Ferrell
solid.
is just a vet who's been around for a long time, knows how to just a smart dude. Like teams like that.
Nick Batum, Patrick Patterson, Boogie Cousins was
Boogie Cousins, they'll eat you up.
I mean,
they're smart. They're not A-list players anymore, but they're all guys who've been there, done that, and you just get them an opportunity, they'll eat up a young team in a minute. And our growing pains hurt so bad. I think it was can't remember who said it. Somebody said yesterday compared us to the Denver Nuggets team. And I was like, yeah, that's actually a great comparison. Because it took Denver a while to just learn how to be good when they had a lot of young assets. But
here's the thing. So to me, one of the you're hitting on some stuff that I definitely felt and thought about and talked about, and there's some separate issues here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do them. Let's go piece by piece before we talk about the specifics of the actual on court play, because I think there's something there. And I asked Taylor Jenkins about this after the game. You cannot play 11 dudes.
That's not MAM league, man.
You just cannot do that.
You can't keep all those guys happy.
There are 11 guys that played 10 or more minutes for the Grizzlies. That is not possible. Most teams typically keep to 8 or 9. Yep. Sometimes you go 10, and the Grizzlies have made 10 work pretty well for the most part. You cannot go 11. There is not room for that. And so I asked him how long will that go, and he's like, well, we're just going to have to figure that out, and we're just going to talk with the coaches. And blah.
Shut up.
He was pretty upset. You could tell that he was not happy and understanding.
He don't like them real questions. He don't like that. Come on, man.
After that performance last night, I think he understands that. The thing that's it just feels like there's a lack of identification of roles on this team. The roles are very squishy. You have Justice Winslow, who I get it, and I actually like the idea if you're going to play him, which I think you have to play him. I think you have to play him. Play him as your backup point guard. I think Tyus Jones, I like Tyus Jones, but he's not an absolute necessity most nights. So
right.
You know what? Just say, look, Tyus, we love you. We're going to hold back. It's more important for us right now to let Justice Winslow develop, and he needs to be on the ball. His best minutes in Miami were on the ball. So backup point guard, fine. You can't play him as backup point guard 8 minutes and then play him as backup for 8 minutes, and then that's not. He's not ready. He's not ready for that. Man. You're not ready for that. You don't know whose role is going to do what. Who's actually on the ball at this point. The Grizzlies have this kind of free-flowing offense, which is, when it works, it's great. Everyone kind of does a little bit everything. Everyone pitches in. It looks really good. Everybody's moving the ball. But on nights like last night, that's when you really, if you had a more structured offense, it would have really helped, because you could have just said, look,
right.
We're going to run our stuff. We're going to put the ball in Ja's hands. We're going to run, 1-5 pick and roll all night. And just that's what it is. Instead, the Grizzlies kind of go through this flowy kind of deal. And here's part 2 of rotation issues and role issues. You got 2 guys last night, and again, I have no inside information on this, but I'm let me just say I'm personifying here. I'm putting myself in their shoes.
Okay.
I'm just sort of running with this a little bit, so forgive me. But I believe I see in Dillon Brooks and Kyle Anderson 2 dudes who think their minutes and spot are potentially under some threat with regard to how this season is going to go and the role they're going to play. Now that Jaren is back, 2 guys that have had an increased role all of a sudden see that's probably going to diminish a little bit as time goes on. And for Kyle, maybe he even ends up out of the starting lineup. For Dylan, he's certainly not going to be the number one option out there anymore.
Right.
And I saw selfish play for the first time in a while from both of those guys, especially from Kyle. It was really obvious because he's not a selfish player.
He was
Dylan has done a really,
he was like,
yeah, Dylan has done a really good job of not being selfish this year and increasing his assists. Last night, 0 assists was classic Dylan. He didn't even look like he was looking for anybody else.
No,
the Grizzlies' offense is at its best when they drive, kick, throw it out, move the ball around. Grayson Allen is sitting out there. He took 4 shots all day. One of the hottest shooters you have. He's been incredibly hot, hotter than fish grease for 6 weeks, and he takes 4 shots. And one of them was just him jacking it up because he just has to find some way. He's not. You get him. As far as I know, the only true in rhythm spot up 3 he got was at the very end of the game, which he missed because he hadn't taken one for 40 minutes. Like you have got to get these guys roles. You're gonna have to talk to these guys and say, look, you can't be doing this out here because that was a destructive. That was the worst Dylan Brooks game we've seen this season, probably.
Since the bubble.
I mean, yeah. And it was destructive. He fouled out of the game because he was trying to do too much. He didn't pass the ball, pulling up just 1-on-5. It was all the worst Dylan Brooks things.
And I'll say this: this also isn't based on intel. This is just like doing the same thing you did, just personifying things. There was a time last year where we used to joke. When I say we, I mean just kind of media guys. Well, some of us, people in my crew or whatever, about the whole thing of Dylan wanted to be the third amigo to Jaren and Ja. Like he's like when Ja first got there, it was like he was trying to latch on to the wave of the Ja and Jaren buzz before they even played a game together. You remember when we first drafted Ja? There was just this built-in buzz, like, oh, we got these 2 kids. They're best friends already. They're eating chicken tenders, eating buffalo tenders in the arena and at summer league, and they're just gonna be buddies. And all this thing. And now they sit beside each other on the bench. They joke around before the game. Plenty of pictures out of them just being BFFs. And we joked about how Dylan seems like he's trying to push his way into that connection, like to be the third guy with them. But it's not really working. Like it's not working the way he wants it to. And I'm sure there are human emotions to Jaren coming back, because everybody that turns into Jaws on Twitter all day long talking about it. They're like tagging each other on Instagram and Twitter, and it's like I've been your Robin this whole time, Ja. You know what I mean? Now Jaren's back, and those kind of things. I'm sure that's human emotion. I'm sure those type of things happen. You know what I mean? Because I don't recall Ja going wild on Twitter all day about posting villain memes.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like it's never happened. Like and those type of things. Like there's human emotion to it. And yes, you want to do what it takes to win. Dylan's a guy who does things that it takes to win, but I'm sure there's a human element of it, of where, I've been the man in these streets for the last few months, and now Jaren's back, and he's gonna get all the praise and all the love, and And we've seen awkward interactions in the locker room between these guys before when it comes down to that type of stuff. So there's a human element to it that you have to keep in mind.
I think that's it from him and from Kyle. I think both those guys.
Yeah, we've seen awkward.
We've
seen awkward.
And Kyle's also back in Los Angeles. That's where Kyle went to college right there in L.A. He's a SoCal guy. He's got all the kids. So he wanted to kind of. There's an element of that too, but also. No, you can just see it. You can just see it from guys. So guys that are playing and guys that feel comfortable, and the biggest victim of that whole thing was Grayson Allen, who really relies on guys to move the ball so that he can get the looks and that's when the offense works. And he just was out there just doing nothing. Like he didn't. I bet he touched the ball. I haven't looked at the report. I have to go back and look. I'll look at that when we come back. I'll find out that information. But we have a lot more to get to. We're going to talk about Jaren's return. We're going to talk about the roles these guys are going to play. A lot of these questions that we have. Your thoughts as well. 70236 on the First Bank text line, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines. As we continue, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
You have opinions.
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
We want to hear them. Call the First Bank phone line at 360-8255 or text us on the First Bank text line at 70236.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
The Jeep Celebration and Ram Truck Month is still going strong at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. Check out 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $22,490 or $287 a month. Command the road in your 2021 Dodge Charger XST. We Gossett at $29,499 or $394 a month. And if you're ready for some adventure, 2021 Fiat 500 X-Pop all-wheel drive, $21,990 or $279 a month. And they're not leases, you own them. We Gossett all at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike, so drive past the rest and come to the best. 1901 Covington Pike, or shop online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.11 APR. Renegade MPM 44,788, MSRP 26,240, Charger MH5 12,542, MSRP 32,860, 500X MP 88,7786, MSRP 26,830. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/21 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario, and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Yep. We're talking about the last night, very disappointing loss from the Grizzlies. We're going to talk to our friend John Gasaway coming up in just a little bit about college basketball transfer situation and the new rules that are potentially going to go into effect and a whole lot more. We talked about last night. I looked it up and I confirmed it. The Grayson Allen had the lowest usage rate and the fewest touches per minute that he's had all year. And you ended up freezing out a guy that was one of your hottest players and one of your best weapons, just because guys wanted to make a point about their role or what they were going to do out there. That's where all this stuff about guys. Oh, we're playing all these dudes and anybody can step up on any given night. Well, that has its pros, but it also has its cons, and this is one of the cons because last night you had guys that were trying to do way too much, and it really cost you.
D'Anthony Melton played 15 minutes
The
yesterday.
D'Anthony Melton's been an ongoing thing. Like he's been your most effective bench player, one of your most effective players. Period. You have got to find him 20 minutes a game at least. At least.
Justice and D'Anthony played the same amount of time.
Yeah, it's been like that. It's crazy.
All I got is 15 minutes. You remember that song?
So I asked the question. I asked the questions after the game last night. You can answer them if you want.
All right.
These are ones to think about for the Grizzlies. I just posted a few just off the top of my head of some stuff that I think that they're going to have to.
You say you mean Anthony Sane, or do you mean the listening audience?
You, Anthony Sane, but also you, the listeners out there too. Who is the backup point guard?
Tyus Jones. Jones.
Okay. All right. Then how much can you play Justice Winslow?
Right now, they shouldn't be playing him at all. And I'm a Justice Winslow guy. I love him. God bless him. But they shouldn't be playing.
He can't. He's not
ready. He's just not ready.
It ain't happening. I don't know what's going on with him, but it ain't.
And if only because we're playing too many guys. Period. Just let Justice get.
If you're going to play him, play him as backup point guard.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Nothing else.
Where are you going to play Jaren? Is he going? He was your 5 last night out of necessity.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's going to continue? He honestly played pretty well out of the 5. I don't think. I mean, the fouls obviously were an issue because he's playing against 2 physical dudes. But I thought he played pretty well in the rebounding. Everyone's talking about the rebounding and all this stuff. The rebounding was fine. It was 43-42 rebounding. Jaren's rebounding was good. Their rebound rate was fine. Basically identical rebound rates between the two teams. So, you would have been nice to have Jonas Valanciunas just for other reasons, but it wasn't like it was a.
And I'm sick of we needed JV last night. We lost to Dallas. We lost to the Pacers. We lost to the Knicks with JV.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, it would have been.
We had JV. No. We shouldn't have had to have JV to beat that team last night.
No, you shouldn't have had to, and you didn't have to for the first quarter. If they just played like that, they'd be fine, but they didn't. So I want to hear the rebounding stuff, but the question still remains: right. Where do you play Jaren?
A month ago.
Not when do you play Jaren?
Oh, okay. A month ago, so you can get ready for the playoffs. Is that the answer you're looking
for? No. Where on the court? In what role?
The power guard role.
Mm-hmm. Does that put him at the 4? Is he playing alongside another big, or is he the big? That's the other question.
I don't know, man, because I was okay seeing Jaren play the 5 yesterday.
I thought so too. I thought it went better than I thought.
And Cousins got a little physical with him, but I mean,
that's gonna happen. That's okay. I thought he was fine. I don't.
And DeMarcus Cousins' headband was just unacceptable. Like, what are you doing, man? It looks like you're wearing underwear on your head. It's like it wasn't at an angle. It was just literally sitting square like a Burger King crown on his head. Like, dude, what are you doing?
It's kind of sad. Like, he played well, but it's kind of sad to see what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
DeMarcus Cousins is on a 10-day. Like, what are we doing here?
One of the better centers of this era.
I love DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, early. Yeah, I know he's a whatever. He got his issues and all that stuff. But my God, like this dude.
Love him. Love his
skill
game.
level and the size and oh man, insane. So just to see him like that is just pitiful.
Kind of an Embiid before Embiid, so to speak.
Who's going to see their minutes cut? Who are you cutting out of this rotation?
Winslow.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. You tell me.
I think Winslow's the obvious answer.
It's going to be either Winslow or Tyus Jones, number 1.
Both of them. That Kyle run that joint out the bench.
I don't
know, man. Just get to the offseason, man. I don't give a at this point, man. Just whatever. 'Cause
I'm gonna tell you the other answer. Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark needs his minutes cut. I'm sorry. People are in a time machine about Brandon Clark.
Yeah, Brandon
we
Clark.
can talk about it after we talk to John Gassaway.
Yeah.
People are in a time machine. Brandon Clark has not been good this
Just
year.
been a lot of running and jumping.
Just been a lot of just spinning, doing that one spin move that he's got, and then missing at the rim.
What happened to my man?
And getting shot over because he's small and he's got short arms.
But he jumps so high when he's getting shot over.
There's nothing there.
I feel bad for BC, man, because he does do a lot of running and jumping. Like, it seems like defense, like
Xavier Tillman should get his minutes. When it's back to a rotation, Xavier Tillman is going to get his minutes for me.
BC was supposed to be the trade piece. He's supposed to be the highlight of.
Yeah, you should have traded him. You should have done it.
He's supposed to be.
There are people out there. There are people out there that were like, you can't trade BC for anything. I wouldn't include him in a Bradley Beal trade. What are you talking? What is happening?
I cloned Brandon Clark and trade both of them.
But this is why, because he's I don't know. He's been exposed. The shot is not there anymore, and his limitations are out there now.
Did the trippiness do something to Brandon Clark? We'll talk about that.
I think so. When we come back, though, we're going to talk to John Gassaway. We got to get into the transfer situation in college basketball and potentially these new rules that are out there. There's some wild stuff. We'll talk about that when we come back. 70236 on the First Bank text line. 360-8255 on the First Bank phone line. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
You don't think about a lawyer until something goes wrong. When that happens, let attorney Stephen Leffler fight for you and your family. You don't leave the house in the morning expecting an accident, but it happens every day. A car wreck, you slip and fall, or you get accused of a crime and find yourself fighting for your reputation. Stephen Leffler has been fighting for you for over 35 years. Don't do it alone. Let Stephen Leffler fight your battles for you. Call Stephen Leffler, 901-527-8830, or go to LefflerLaw.com. Here to fight for you and your loved ones.
Jeff Allen, my man, what's happening over at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah?
All I can say, Randy, it's the right time to buy your new Kia at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. I've got a 2021 Kia Forte, 41 MPG, or $129 a month lease, just $31.99 due at signing. And a 2021 Kia Soul, $159 per month lease, $30.99 due at signing.
And I see you got 2021 Kia K5, built in America, $184 a month lease, $30.99 due at signing. They're all 36-month leases.
Plus our industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, and let's not forget Senatobia, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME344-837, MSRP $20,655, Soul M777-2135, MSRP $21,130, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2021, dealer stock only.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Are you looking for a new job or a better career opportunity? Highline Warren, a leading distributor and manufacturer of automotive aftermarket products, is holding a hiring event April 24th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bring your resume. Highline Warren is hiring for multiple warehouse positions. Great employee benefits include health, dental, vision, 401k, competitive pay, and more. Check out all the open positions at highlinewarren.com/careers. The hiring event is Saturday, April 24th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 4500 Malone Road. Highline Warren is an equal opportunity employer.
Even in times like these, special occasions happen. And when an occasion calls for special, it calls for 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. From the spectacular 36-ounce porterhouse paired with a Ferrari Carano Cabernet, to the jumbo lump crab cakes, to the raw bar with oysters fresh off the boat from the Gulf and the East Coast, there is simply no finer dining experience in Memphis than 117 Prime in the heart of downtown. These are complicated times, but if you want simply the best, you want 117 Prime.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkheim for Sunrise Chevy. You know Sunrise has the best selection, price, and has financing for everyone. But did you know you can bring your vehicle to Sunrise's award-winning, state-of-the-art certified service department no matter where you bought it? Maintenance, engine, transmission, brakes, or tires. Bring it to Sunrise. Need body work? Tell your insurance agent you want to bring it to Sunrise. Schedule an appointment at sunrisememphis.com. Find new roads to Collierville. Check out the all-new Sunrise Truck Corral. Huge selection of nothing but trucks. All makes, all models, all prices, all trucks, all the time. Next to Sunrise Wolf Chase.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We still dealing with the accident on I-40 eastbound at Summer Avenue. The left lane is partially blocked. That's I-40 eastbound at Summer Avenue. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Hour number 2. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Pretty good music, you gotta say. Not bad at all.
Yeah. They didn't do nothing with him either. The WWE should be like the Grizzlies. When a guy gets hurt, man, just keep him out until he's ready already.
Exactly.
Don't rush him.
They gotta have better roles. They gotta have better roles for those teams as well. You know, for their guys.
Get roles like Lambert's and Sykes, Missouri.
Exactly.
Those are some
Throw
rolls.
them rolls.
Throw them rolls. Man, that's joint is so incredible.
What they do? I don't like it when they throw the spaghetti though. I think that's too much.
Throw the spaghetti.
Wait, they throw spaghetti?
Man, I got a donut thrown at me at Gibson's Donut.
Absolutely.
And wait, and it hit my jacket, and the stain never came out.
Man, I'm so sorry.
Was there a food fight?
No, they throw hot donuts there sometimes.
Yeah. Just throw a donut at you when you walk in. Hey, what's up? Boom.
Hey.
Yeah, don't throw a donut at me, man.
It landed on my jacket, and the stain never came out.
They throw it hard, like a major league pitcher, just wham. They don't throw it hard, but they do toss you a donut. Yeah. They will toss a donut at you. So watch out. I know you don't like donuts, Zach, or anything else. That's good.
I love donuts. I just don't eat a lot of them.
Yeah, you don't eat a lot of anything good, or anything good. Period. Really. Hour number 2 is here in the Family Leisure Studio. Just saying. As we roll on. All right, so let's take a break from the misery of last night and how pitiful that performance was, and let's go into a different frame of mind and talk to our good friend John Gassaway, JohnGassaway.com, at John Gassaway on Twitter, ESPN Plus, a professor and author. Miracle on the Hardwood is available for all of your gift-giving needs. Today's Earth Day. What better way than to celebrate by enjoying some of Earth's finest products, which is to say, of course, trees that have been converted into paper. And that paper has had stuff printed on it, and you should read it. And that's what it's all about. What a gift idea that is for everybody in your life. Good morning, John Gassaway. Do you agree?
What a journey that segue was, man. That was
pack a lunch for that one, baby.
let's get. I'm ready to get into the frame of mind of thrown food. This reminds me of the place in Missouri with billboards, definitely along I-70. I actually forget the name of the place.
That's what we were talking about. Lambert's throwed rolls. That's where Anthony Sane was talking about. Throwed rolls,
which I've been around the English language for a year or two now. That's the only time I can think of encountering the word throwed.
It was actually throwed, but however you want.
Yeah, throwed.
But I mean, it's a great slogan. I mean, it's throwed rolls. I remember it these many years later. So maybe you could get a roll for it. That wouldn't leave us sane. I don't think.
I don't think so either, but they do kind of they will hawk those rolls at you.
Oh yeah, they're coming out fast too. When I went
now,
last
with COVID, now saying real quick with COVID, do they wrap the roll before they throw it, or is it?
I came in solo, so I was like, the lady said, "Are you trying to get a table?" I said, "Yeah, it's just me." She said, "Well, we prefer that you do bar seating." I said, "Okay, that's cool," but their bar is like it's kind of hard to describe it. You're not sitting at a bar. You're just sitting at like a community table, community thing, and you're facing the rest of the people that are sitting there. You're not with your back to anybody. If that makes it. Your back's to a wall, and you're kind of facing everyone else.
Oh man,
but
that's tough.
Yeah, so I asked my server. I said, "Were y'all affected by COVID?" He said, "Yeah, at first." I said, "So are y'all at 100% capacity now?" They was like, "I don't think we're supposed to be, but we are." but yeah, it was. There was no. I was just because in the bar area, I was sitting away from everyone else that was sitting in the masses, but there was no social distancing at all. And I told my man, I said, "Hey, I just stopped in to get something to eat while traveling home. I don't really want to participate in the whole bread catching experience. Can you just bring me some bread, sir?" And that never happened. But so I did have to catch some bread, but yeah,
and he's like, no,
who are you?
No, I will throw the food at you, sir.
Yeah.
That's how it works around here.
Yeah, but
Haven't
you
seen
said you
the
have been or
billboards?
you haven't been, John.
What's that?
You said you have or you haven't been.
No, I've never had that pleasure. No, now that you describe it, I'll have to do that.
Yeah, and that's not the only highlight. They also have when you order your food, you get your meat and 2 veggies, right? And then they also come around literally with big, huge pots full of other stuff. And like, do you want some fried okra, sir? You want some taters and onions, sir? You want some stewed tomatoes, sir? Like, it's the wildest thing. It's the wildest thing in the world because they come around with
like a good place.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. It reminds you of an older time that you may not want to remember. But
that's right. It's yes.
But yeah.
Everyone's sharing the same silverware.
Yeah,
everybody just passing along.
Yeah, but it's man. Like it's a pretty unique experience though. They cut like the part that when they come around with other food that like you want some of this, like why not?
All right. The rules there are one thing. These rules that we could see next year, potentially possible rules changes for NCAA men's basketball next year, per a survey that was distributed amongst folks in the game. This will be dealt with in the coming weeks and months with the various committees and all that, as if they don't have anything else to do in the NCAA over the next few weeks. Here's some of them. John, what did you make of the kind of the possible rules changes that were revealed here? Some of them are sort of mundane, and some of them are quite different.
Yeah, I loved some. I was intrigued by others, and I have to wonder, if you're at the NCAA and you've just, put a pandemic Final Four to bed successfully, hats off NCAA, the temptation to just mess with these, surveys and just throw in something completely ludicrous must be overwhelming, and just to see people like, us go nuts and say, what, this is the dumbest idea, somebody who, there's been an epidemic of stepping out of bounds, when spotting up for a corner three. And if you do that, you have to wear a wacky orange hat, rules like that, just to see what people will say. I wonder how much of that is going on with one in particular. But before we go there, I do want to say I love the business about, limiting timeouts in the last 2 minutes. I stood up and clapped when I read that as a possible rule change, because as a forget my professional obligations, purely as a fan watching a basketball game, nothing drives me up the wall more than the timeout. Okay, let's figure out what we're going to do. Huddle up, go back out on the floor, see the defense the other team is playing, and call another timeout sequence. What are you doing all during the week? Do you practice? Is there any preparation at all? Why do you need to convene a summit meeting again to figure out what you're going to do on this next play? I support the NCAA's proposal fully, and I would love to see some limitation on timeouts in crunch time. I think that's a great direction to go.
John, when you look at the situation as far as last year with the G League Elite team, and there was a nice number of top guys that decided to go the G League route. We're not seeing that as much this year. Chet Holmgren just committed to go to Gonzaga. No real talk too much about him going over to go the G League route at all. Do you think that that's an alarming thing for the NBA's playing with the G League, or this is just a year that guys just decided not to go?
Yeah, that's going to, it comes down to you're looking at the top 10, basically, prospects. And past that, there's less interest for better or worse. And so the decisions made by those guys will, drive a lot of news pegs and a lot of conversation. But in the end, those guys are going to do, what they think is best. And last year, as you say, it was a pretty good year in terms of those decisions going toward the G League. I take a little bit of a longer view, and I think, the G League is always going to get a solid share of those prospects, and that is important that avenue is out there. I'm not going to bash, Chet Holmgren for saying, I want to play college ball my, one season before quite possibly I'm the number 1 or number 2 pick in the 2022 draft. That's what sovereignty is. He gets to choose that. But I love that G League has become, I don't know, over this last 5-10 years, a completely viable route for any prospect that wants to do that. I didn't like, I didn't like the avenue of saying, well, you can always go overseas. Well, of course you can, but this is here. This is closer to home. This is connected to an NBA that everybody is shooting for, and I'm glad that it exists, even if the top prospect in this year's class is saying, I'm good. I'm going to college. I'm glad that G League is there for guys who want it.
I think it's also tough because the last year with the G League situation, the Ignite, everyone knew that because of the pandemic, there was going to be a much different situation that there would be. I think the bubble was known at that point, or at least they knew that they would have some kind of provision, and so it was a perfect situation for the G League players this year because they were in a bubble and decision makers could go down there and watch the Ignite play against real G League opponents and real actual competition. But the proposals from here on out are a little more squishy, where they'll play some games, but they'll also go on these barnstorming tours of international games, and they'll play some in Australia and some over in Philippines and all these other places potentially, rather than play a full and regular G League schedule. I think that contributes to it as well. I think they're going to have to figure out what they want to do with this team. Is this going to be an actual G League team, or is it just going to be kind of sort of a weird, glorified Harlem Globetrotters, athletes in action kind of situation?
Hey! No crosswords against barnstorming. We're the exception to the historical rule. I only knew of barnstorming through the Globetrotters. That's true, but there was a long time when college basketball was the only basketball that had teams rooted to a place, and professional basketball, by definition, was barnstorming. The original Celtics were barnstormers. So rich heritage. You go G League. Don't listen to Peter. Go back to your roots and barnstorm. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good as a historical thing. I don't know if it's good for the players to best showcase their talents as far as being NBA guys. I don't know. I think that's one to think about. Here's the thing. Go back to the rules changes thing for a second. One of the things that has come up is the possibility of a 6-foul situation, but with some caveats involved, that a player may not commit more than 3 fouls in a half. A player may commit 3 in the first half and 3 in the second half, but that player would then be disqualified at that point. So it's 6 fouls, but really it's 3 per half. It would be so it's kind of a half. It's a half measure, but it would get us to 6 fouls, kind of. Do you like that? Is that good?
I was shocked to see that without the 3 foul per half codicil. The Big East did exactly that in the early 90s. They allowed 6 fouls, and it was dropped after 3 seasons with zeal and run away from. At the time, Jim Calhoun liked it and supported it. Jim Boeheim liked it, supported it. Everybody else in the Big East hated it. And there was actually, the following season, there was actually an article in Sports Illustrated called The Big Least that worried that the 6-foul rule had done permanent damage to the level of basketball in the Big East. It resulted, as you would expect, in more fouls and more free throws. And indeed, on Twitter today, guys who covered the Big East in the early 90s, like Mike DeCourcy, I think Mike Waters from Syracuse, Fran Fraschilla, who was around the game then, they're all saying, no, don't do this. And I actually looked into it a couple of years ago, just out of basketball curiosity. I didn't think anybody would ever go near 6 fouls again, just to look at what the foul rates were, and they were robust, and they were clearly tied to the rule. So I am very hesitant to go down that path because I think free throws are boring to watch, and I would rather see shots from the field. And the 6-foul rule in the Big East in the early 90s led directly to more free throws, and I don't think that's a good idea. What's happening here, I think, is we're not for the first time in basketball history, we're trying to get at something from one remove. Nobody wants to see great players foul out. We want to see the best players on the floor. But the way to address that is not to allow more fouls. My radical proposal, shared by others, is just don't have a foul out. There's other ways to penalize fouls, and I think removing players from the floor is counterproductive. But I'll be interested to see if this 6-foul thing really has any legs, because it's been tried and it was found wanting.
Well, the modification of the rule. It's interesting that you can't commit more than 3 fouls in a half. And if you only commit 1 foul in the first half, then you can only commit 4 in the second half. So that becomes a 5-foul situation. You don't get 6 full stop. There are limitations as far as all of that goes. Some of the other rules. I'm with you. I hate 5 fouls, but I hate fouling out. So I'm fine with anything that we can discourage. That would be wonderful. So that's great. I'm with you there. They also have the elimination of the 1-and-1, where they would reset team fouls at the 10-minute mark and make sort of de facto quarters while not actually making quarters in the game. I don't know why we run away from just doing quarters, but we just can't do that apparently. So we're doing this weirdo thing where we wink and a nod, and it's still a half, but we're going to reset the fouls. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, John? Just have quarters. That's easy. It's not. What's the deal?
Men's college basketball in the United States is one of the only forms of basketball of any gender, any country, any level, professional or amateur, that does not have quarters. And there's an interesting story behind that. Run out and get Miracles on the Hardwood. But again, it was an attempt to get at something from one remove. They were trying to avoid having a shot clock, basically, and so they went for college basketball did have quarters 70 years ago, and they for a brief time, and they switched to have instead of having a shot clock. Then they did put in a shot clock, but we're still stuck with halves. So, I'm not. This is not a hill I'm going to die on. I think quarters are fine, especially if you're resetting fouls. Go ahead and have quarters, but the inertia here is robust after 70 years of halves, and this is what they're doing.
The thing is that, like, if you're going to have, like, it's just, you really just need to have quarters, because, like, I like the half, and I like if you're going to have the half, then the one and one is kind of interesting. Like, that's an interesting thing that is unique. And so if you're just going to eliminate that and eliminate then you really have basically eliminated the point of the half altogether, pretty much. So I don't really get what you're doing there. And that's fine, but that just doesn't make any sense to me.
My question would be, when was that? Maybe 2018? In a recent NIT, they did use quarters. And what, I guess my question to the good people of the NCAA would be, what was the takeaway? What did the coaches and players say about that? It's just an odd situation where high school we play quarter. Let's say you're one of the best players in the country. High school we play quarters. You're Jalen Suggs. You're playing quarters one year, you play halves the next, and next year he's going to play quarters.
Yeah,
stupid.
What are we doing?
What are we doing here? So,
and we had the 45-second shot clock and down to like whatever. It's the only sport that has a super long shot clock. It's halves. Anyway, it's ridiculous. So the other things, John, that I thought that people need to kind of think about too. I like the limitation of timeouts in the last 2 minutes. That's good.
Me too.
That's good. That's unequivocal good. That's just thumbs up. Let's make that happen.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about that one. The one that is very interesting though, and I do think there's a lot here. This is one that I think we could really chew on. They would permit a team to decline free throws in the last 2 minutes of the game or of any overtime period and elect to take the ball out of bounds instead. I like it. I like it a lot. That's a very interesting strategic change, would completely change late game strategy, but would be very interesting indeed.
Yeah, well, this will be the last time I cite this example of doing things at one remove, but this is trying to stave off the Elam ending.
Yep.
That is the problem with the last 2 minutes is they are foul fests, and the Elam ending is a direct assault on that, and this is an indirect way of getting there, and I am all for experimentation, and let's try that. Let's try it in an NIT, or let's try it for a whole season, or with some conferences. We seem to have gotten away from the model of conferences, doing their own thing in rules like this. The Big East, that was one of the reasons the 6 foul thing died. Is Big East teams besides Syracuse and UConn were saying this stinks because we play with 6 fouls all season long. And then we go to the NCAA tournament, and they have 5 fouls. So maybe that's why we don't see conference-by-conference experimentation anymore. But I'm intrigued by that, like you, Peter. I like not having the last 2 minutes filled with fouls. It has become a test of coaching bravado and how much of a General Patton, crusty character are you. I'm still fouling, down 16 points. Literally, I'm talking, with 24 seconds left. Oh, okay, great for you. You're a really tough competitor. Well done. We need to structure the game around that and find a better way.
I totally agree. There's a lot of things that would just be, as you say, just very obvious. And then real quick, there's the eliminate the 5-second close guard rule. Okay, I'm fine with that. Adjust the traveling rule. Yeah, exactly. Adjust the traveling rule, which is great. Again, I'd love to see Euro steps.
Traveling rule, absolutely.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with the 2-step step back. It's fine. Yeah,
no, that's fine. Yeah, it would be much more fun and all that stuff. And again, it's just bring men's college basketball. Just stop trying to be this iconoclast. Just be like other basketball. You're fine. Other basketball's good. People like it. I don't know. What are you doing?
I couldn't agree with what Peter said, everybody.
Just stop. Just be like basketball. Just everybody likes basketball. Just, y'all don't have to be all weird. Just do your thing and follow what they do, and everyone's going to be happier. It's nice. John, again, if folks want to celebrate Earth Day, they can get Miracles on the Hardwood at a local bookseller or a national one. Is that right? It's Cinco de Mayo, of course, coming
up. That's right,
yes. Nothing like sipping on a margarita and reading about
for the citizen of Earth near you, yes.
All right. We'll talk again next week, because next week I think we're going to have some actual transfer news to chew on a little bit, so I can't wait. Enjoy your Earth Day, John.
Sounds good. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Anthony.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
He is John Gassaway, our good friend, joining us again. We'll come back. We'll chew on a few of those things as well and get back into what happened last night, including a closer look at Jaren Jackson himself and the return of Jaren Jackson. We'll talk about that when we come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Get to destinations unknown in your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi 1870 Covington Pike. Get 43 MPG Highway and 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage. We Gossett at $12,997 or $133 a month, and it's not a lease. You own it. Dream big and drive further in your all-new 2022 Eclipse Cross, $23,373 or $284 a month, and exceed all expectations in your 2022 Outlander, $31,919 or $409 a month. Plus, we build it with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 75 months at 2.79%. Mirage MH02807, MSRP 16865. Eclipse NZ03094, MSRP 26325. Outlander NZ05802, MSRP 34935. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario, and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Jeff Allen, my man, what's happening over at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah?
All I can say, Randy, it's the right time to buy your new Kia at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. I've got a 2021 Kia Forte, 41 MPG or $129 a month lease, just $31.99 due at signing. And a 2021 Kia Soul, $159 per month lease, $30.99 due at signing.
And I see you got 2021 Kia K5 built in America, $184 a month lease, $30.99 due at signing. They're all 36-month leases.
Plus our industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, and let's not forget Senatobia, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME344,837, MSRP $20,655, Soul M777, $21,35, MSRP $21,130, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2021, dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, part of Norris Road east of Elvis Presley Boulevard has been shut down due to a crash this morning. That's Norris Road east of Elvis Presley Boulevard. Part of that intersection of the street has been closed due to an accident this morning. But other than that, so far so good on the roadways. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
We're going to talk to our good friend Dustin Starr coming up. A little wrestling in hour number 3. Our thanks to John Gasaway for joining us.
So, Peter, before
we talked about,
before you get into your thought, because you guys brought up Lambert's and their throwed rolls.
Yes,
because I've never been to Lambert's.
Why would you go there?
I don't know.
Yeah, why would you go there?
I don't know.
No reason for you.
I've never been. I heard, I had
vegetables
a lot of
are all cooked in ham hock
like,
and all that. There's no
it's just bad. So
there's nothing for you there.
I was watching a video of somebody doing a review of their restaurant, and I'm like, like the food sizes and the portions of it, like I'm okay with that. It's a Southern thing. It is what it is about that. I don't understand about the recipes, man. I don't.
What you mean?
Like this one guy, he got served macaroni tomatoes.
Yeah, man.
Like,
you never had it?
No.
It's like a stew kind of thing. It's used to serve.
Yeah,
hot.
stewed tomato kind of thing.
Stewed tomatoes with tomatoes
like
and macaroni.
My parents used to call it goulash, which I don't really.
Mm-hmm.
It was I don't know. Not really.
That ain't my thing. I mean, it's not uncommon. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's like a combination of it's like a real thin pasta sauce / tomato soup / I don't know. It's like an extremely thin pasta, essentially, like pasta sauce, like kind of thing. It's like stewed tomatoes rather than like a sauce, like crushed tomatoes. You would do stewed tomatoes, and it's more of a liquid than a the pasta thicker kind of thing with a pasta sauce. I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I definitely had it.
It doesn't look appetizing at all.
No. A lot of things don't look appetizing.
It's kind of like
beef
spaghetti
stew
with macaroni.
Beef stew looks terrible. Yeah, beef stew doesn't look appetizing, but it's delicious. Not that you would, but there's lots of things that don't look appetizing that are. It's just when you as a grown up, you don't eat with your eyes. I mean, as a kid you eat with your eyes, but as a grown up you don't need to eat with your eyes. Just say, it doesn't look appetizing. Let me taste it.
I guess
turns out it tastes great.
I guess I'm still
Wonderful.
a kid in some retrospect.
In some respects, I think you are. In other respects, you're a very, very old man. So, somewhere in between. So, I mentioned my parlay last night, FanDuel Sportsbook. Shout out to FanDuel Sportsbook for the same game parlays, and again, they are so much fun. Our buddy Alex just basically is making money. That's his new job, is just to kill the parlays.
Man made another $300 before the Grizzlies game even came on.
He made $300. Made like 600 over the weekend. I made a couple
thousand
on
the
one.
week before.
You know,
like bro.
Grayson Allen did not cooperate with me on my mine, but other people have been very successful with it. You can too. It's a same game parlay. It's only on FanDuel Sportsbook. Jump in, check it out for tomorrow night's game with the Grizzlies and the Trailblazers, or anything else that you want. Great baseball opportunities too. So easy to jump in and win, and really multiply your winnings. Not just win double, but triple, quadruple, quintuple, et cetera, if you hit it right, and you can. Your first bet is absolutely risk-free with FanDuel Sportsbook. Promo code BIGHEAD. That's right. Use my big old dome as your promo code. BIGHEAD. Promo code BIGHEAD will get you a risk-free first bet up to $1,000. It is absolutely fantastic. It's so easy to use. I've just grown used to just kind of popping the app open, seeing what's going on, making a few bets. Sometimes I'm like, I definitely want to nail this one. Sometimes I'm like, let me see what's going on, because they've got great boosts and odds boosts on some events that I might not have thought about, and I look at it like, that's not bad. I like the odds. I'm gonna go ahead and make it. It's so easy to bet. It's easy to win, and it's easy to get your money when you do. It's FanDuel Sportsbook. Check it out. You got to be 21 or older and present in the state of Tennessee. For a problem gambling, call 1-888-9-9789 to find out more. Go to sportsbook.fanduel.com. They are great folks at FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's focus on Jaren Jackson Jr. His return last night, the long prophesied return, has finally happened. And I thought, coming off the bench pretty early on, playing a short 3 or 4 minute burst, then playing another one, and kind of did it in those sorts of bursts. Last night, I got to tell you, saying number one, just great to see him back on the court. He looked just like himself, except a little bit bigger. He looked great in terms of his performance. It was spectacular for a guy that's been off for as long as he has. I thought his timing defensively was excellent. His activity level was excellent. He was constantly, not only did he have 4 blocks, in right out of the gate, but defensively he was guarding inside and out. He was really contesting at the rim, very physical, had great hands, dug down and knocked the ball loose several times. Didn't get credit for those steals, but really should have. To me, you can't ask for anything more. I thought it was a phenomenal return to action.
And I think he had 4. How many fouls did he have?
5.
But there were plays where old Jaren would have been a foul that he turned into a clean block. There were a few plays.
Yeah, and his fouls were on contests at the basket, which is fine. There weren't a lot of dumb foul, like the offensive foul where he's trying to establish position, or the defensive foul where he kind of grabs the dude who's trying to post. He didn't have the dumb fouls. So I thought it was overall very, very encouraging there.
Yeah, and he looked well. He looked the 7-foot rumors appear to be real, that he actually did grow again.
Yeah.
He looks a little broader. I don't know if that's from inactivity or if that was, him, or from activity, or he purposely, bulked up or whatever. But I get so annoyed by the commentators. We know Jaren doesn't have a traditional jump shot. We know his jump shot looks unorthodox. And it's I was listening to I was watching the NBA TV feed. I don't even know if there was a Bally's feed or not. But I was watching the NBA TV one.
There was a Bally's feed.
It was? Okay, yeah. But I watched the NBA TV one via my stream. I'm like, bro, we know Jaren shoots the ball weird, man. Just let the man shoot the ball.
Don't be shouting out your stream.
Huh?
Don't be shouting out your stream. Come on.
No, it was NBA TV. It wasn't. I was watching the national broadcast. Is what I'm saying. I wasn't watching the local.
But were you watching it via a service?
Oh, of course I was. No. Was I? No, of course not. Never.
That's what I'm saying. You gave that. You plug in your service. Anyway.
No, I didn't. I watched the NBA TV stream. I didn't shout out any particular link I was using. It was the stream of NBA TV. The national.
Sorry.
What are you talking about, man? But yeah, so I just get tired of these comments.
We're gonna be the first. This is gonna be the first show that's gonna have an official sponsorship from an elite.
I'd be down for this. Hey,
official.
sports gambling is legal. Hey,
This has nothing to do with sports. This has nothing to do with sports. Gambling is absolutely legal. That's nothing to do with gambling. That's everything to do with
power to the people is what I said. I ain't giving these country boys nothing. I ain't paying no cable bill. Y'all got me messed up on that. If y'all want me to stop bootlegging games, you better send me something paid for, because I ain't got time for none of it. Is it on? I've got AT&T. Does that work? I'm not doing none of that. I ain't playing for these folks.
I love the logic of that. That would work out very well.
Seriously, like every day,
walk into the store, and be like, I ain't paying for this,
bro.
You want me to pay for this music? Forget about it. Grab a CD,
nope.
Just walk out. I ain't paying for none of it.
Well, I do pay for Apple Music though. Mm-hmm. But no, seriously though, man, I'm not finna play around with these folks. Like every day I see somebody on either Facebook or Twitter. How do I watch the game? That should never be a question, bro. If I'm a fan, why am I fighting to try to watch a game? Why am I paying money and can't watch a Grizzlies game? That doesn't make any sense in the world. I wouldn't go for it. We talked about that yesterday. Power to the people. I wouldn't go for it.
As opposed to not, yeah.
Peter, why you acting like you ain't as big as a bootlegger as I am when it comes down to the game, watching stuff, bro? Like, stop it, man. You're not gonna do me at all.
Because I'm not. Because I don't justify it by saying it's fine. I'm not. I know it's not fine.
What do you mean?
It is.
Okay.
It is what it is. You're trying to just justify it. Like I just say, look, it is
Grizzlies,
what it is. But
fix your
I ain't gonna be like.
Fix your contract.
I'm not gonna say it's like the right thing to do, because it's definitely not. But
fix your contract where people can watch the game.
If they think, okay, yeah, again, I got breaking news. They fixed their contract. Guess now are you gonna pay for it?
And have it where I can just pay one price for one thing, and I ain't gotta have no cable.
Exactly.
I pay for it. But I'm not gonna be paying
right
for. I'm not
I got it
gonna
right
pay
here. They said you got to pay
$200.
They said you got $200 that you got to pay to watch the Grizzlies.
Stop it.
A month all year. You can watch it. No, for the whole season. You can watch it.
I ain't paying it either.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm calling your bluff. It has nothing to do with that.
So you saying there's the one I can go somewhere and say, hey, I want to watch the games here on my TV. I don't want no other cable. I just want to be able to watch the Grizzlies game. You saying I can do that right now?
No, I'm saying if you did.
If that was the thing, I'd do it. Yeah.
If I called your bluff and said, okay, the price is $200.
If there's a way for $200 a year, I would pay. I would, because I pay more than anyway. But the thing I'm using to watch games, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I would do that, but that doesn't exist. You got to pay for cable, and you may or may not be able to watch a Grizzlies game. I'm not screwing around with it. Damn these chains, Peter. And you just started doing it. You just started doing it for like 18 days. Now you want to try to judge me?
What do you mean? Just started doing what?
Having actual cable, or actually paying to watch games.
Who said I was doing that?
Exactly. So why are you going to judge me, man?
I told you I'm not judging you. I'm judging your justifying what you're doing.
I ain't justifying.
That's what I'm
judging.
judging.
It is what it is.
I'm judging your justifying. I'm not judging you.
I sit there and watch fans.
I'm judging your justification.
How can I watch the game? It's not bro. What is that? Like, how is that? How are you a fan of a team living in the city? You live in the city where they play it, and you can't watch the game. How?
It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Ridiculous. It's been ridiculous.
Put it back on Channel 5, man, on PAX. Do that. Go back to that, man.
Put it back on to WKNO.
Man, you ain't never lied.
Back of the Tiger, the replay, like midnight, watching the Tigers play. That's what you need, right there.
John Albright calling the joint.
John Albright after "Are You Being Served?" and then here comes John Albright on the call.
Hill or something, man. I'm not playing with y'all, bro. They try to shame me because I'm not paying for that crap. Just for it not to show the game.
I've told you this a million times. I'm not shaming you. I'm shaming your ability or your justification.
Hey, man, 38106, man. This is in me. I don't know what you talking about. Couldn't care less about what you saying. How do you do something so illegal and just be proud of it, man?
I didn't say. I'm not saying.
I almost went on a tangent. I almost started talking about.
You putting words in my mouth.
I'm trying to
put words in my mouth, man. You putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that at all. That's not what I said at all. You're missing my point. I'm with you. I got power to the people and all that. Absolutely.
It's like
democratization of the streams and whatnot. Absolutely. But don't pretend like you're doing it for anything other than just because it's just easier and cheaper.
For sure.
Of course.
I cut the cord, man, a decade ago. I ain't paid for cable in like 15 years, bro.
Can't be like just like, oh, this is if they ever did this, I'd go right back to. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. I spend $25 a month for the streaming service I use, right? So I'll spend more doing that than I would if they had something for $200. If I could spend $200 a year and be able to watch every Grizzly game on demand, HD, on my TV, not streaming nothing from my phone and shooting it to no. If I could watch it on my TV for $200 a year, I would easily do it because I spend that much anyway for the stream I do use.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man.
I'm not screwing around with these folks, man. How are you guys watching the game, bro? And you live in the city. We're the smallest market in the country, and we're trying to find ways to watch a game. That should never be the case.
Because I think the Hawks were playing last night. So
you found ways to watch the game, all right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Trae Young. Praying for you, brother.
Are you?
Man, the big highlighter shoes on. You know you finna hurt some of them big long joints. Man, some long neon green shoes on. These guys better understand, man, a lot of this stuff that these companies are experimenting with, gonna tear you in your career playing around with these shoe companies, bro.
That's why you got to get back to the Keds, man, back in the day.
You better get back to something.
Solid.
Because these people, you talking about some human experimentation.
I got my old man Skechers that's put on.
Man, you better go to the Kobe's.
Grab them Monarchs, man.
Go to the
I'm
Kobe's
breaking some ankles on these things, man. That's
For
right.
real, man. Like the lighter these shoes get.
Nikes.
All this technology they're bringing out. You invest in your body in it, man, you better quit playing around with this stuff. Go get you some Kobe's.
My economics teacher.
Air Max. Like, stop playing.
I had my economics teacher.
Get them new Giannis joints.
Nikes. Get those Nikes on.
Man.
It's a Nike, man. No, Nikes.
Power to the people, man. Stream on. I ain't begging Bally's, Fox. I ain't begging none of y'all, man. None of you.
Oh, boy. All right, we come back.
For real. I'm not going to be around. What channels? I got to watch the game. Do I need to switch to Uverse? No, man. I ain't doing none of that.
We'll come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stats. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
This is a job alert. If you're looking for work, this will interest you. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or even something temporary if you've been recently furloughed, text 107-JOB to 49330. That's 107-JOB to 49330. Office work available now in a clean office environment with all COVID precautions taken. Text 107-JOB to 49330 and someone will be in touch about these job opportunities available now. Text 107-JOB to 49330.
The Jeep Celebration and Ram Truck Month is still going strong at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. Check out 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $22,490 or $287 a month. Command the road in your 2021 Dodge Charger XST. We Gossett at $29,499 or $394 a month. And if you're ready for some adventure, 2021 Fiat 500 X Pop all-wheel drive, $21,990 or $279 a month. And they're not leases, you own them. We Gossett all at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike, so drive past the rest and come to the best. 1901 Covington Pike, or shop online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.11 APR. Renegade MPM 44,788, MSRP 26,240. Charger MH5 12,542, MSRP 32,860, 500X MP 88,7786, MSRP 26,830. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/21 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
There's a new commissary in town. In Collierville, Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkham for Sunrise Buick GMC. You know Sunrise has the best selection, price, and has financing for everyone, but did you know you can bring your vehicle to Sunrise's award-winning service department no matter where you bought it? Maintenance, engine, transmission, brakes, or tires, bring it to Sunrise. Need body work? Tell your insurance agent you want to bring it to Sunrise. Schedule an appointment at sunrisememphis.com, Covington Pike, Bartlett, and Collierville. Check out the all-new Sunrise Truck Corral. Huge selection of nothing but trucks. All makes, all models, all prices, all trucks, all the time. Next to Sunrise Wolf Chase.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
We some Southern boys with the farmer strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect. Cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck.
This, of course, the Honky Tonk Man. We all know that. No, not right.
When what's his name? When AJ Styles came in, I kept waiting for him to cut his hair, and it never happened.
Yeah,
I thought it was just a phase, you know.
Yeah, he's got a weird haircut. I don't like it. I don't like it really, but that's neither here nor there. He's good, very good wrestler.
Shout out
very
to my boy Omos, former UCF. Is it UCF or USF? He went to USF, I think.
USF, I think. But yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't like his haircut. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
I kept thinking he was going to cut it.
Yeah, he should. He probably should. But he's not going to, and that's just the way that it is.
It's his right.
It is his right. There's no question about it. You mentioned the huge games coming up for the Grizzlies against the Trailblazers. This is kind of a potentially defining 3-game stretch here. That could figure out this is really what is it going to look like? What are you going to look like as a team? What are you going to look like? Are you in or are you out? Are you going to compete or are you not going to compete? And I guess long term it's fine whatever happens, whichever way you go. But this stretch, Denver, mixed in there, but it's 3 games against Portland. Man. Saying I don't know. I mean,
man,
if they hadn't teased, I mean, the losses have all been going back to the one in the end of March in Utah, the last Utah loss. 2 of the Utah losses really were both close, tight, hard fought games. The Knicks game was a disaster. Pacers game, they had one horrible quarter. Obviously, the Luka Doncic thing, the double overtime in Denver, they should have won that game. And then messing around with this one, they could have been on. They literally could have been on a 12-game winning streak.
For real,
like very, very easily.
And we can right now be looking at 6th place, because we're only 2.5 games behind Portland.
That's why it's frustrating because if on the overall scheme of things, it doesn't really matter so much. With this team's development, whatever happens this year is going to happen. That's fine. It is what it is. But, it could have been so different.
Yeah. And we could screw around with this rest of this week and look up and we're in 10th place.
Yeah.
The Pelicans
and could keep dropping. I mean, if they just decide, because that these questions that we asked and we'll re-ask them later on, they have to make the call. Now is the time. They really should have been doing it before, but they absolutely have to now. They have to make the decision about, okay, are you going to try to compete, or are you going to try to develop? Because develop, especially when it comes to Justice Winslow.
I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. We'll talk. We got.
Well, I was going to say, especially when it comes to Justice Winslow, because if you're trying to win, he doesn't need to be playing. But if you're trying to develop, Well,
Throw
he
him out
does
there.
because you need to
Right.
see what role
Why
he's
not?
going to play, and you need to get him in the mix with Jaren and Ja. Together, those guys need to play.
I just feel like they
But-
waited so long when those guys could have physically got on the court. Like, you waited
agree.
forever.
I agree.
And what I'm gonna ask this question: what and who have we developed this year? We keep talking about development. Like, what is the development? Like, what are the results?
Well, I think Melton is definitely developed.
How?
Melton, Grayson
You're not
Allen.
even using them.
I know, but they have developed.
Your data shows that he should be playing more. So what are the results?
For
of
good
your
or for
data?
bad, they've developed for sure.
We've developed Grayson Allen.
Um,
We've forced Grayson Allen to be a starting shooting guard in the NBA, and it's turned out fine. When two other shooting guards shoot the ball
Jonas,
better and
I think
defend better than he does.
Jonas is having a better. Jonas is kind of.
Jonas. We determined that John Conchar is the 13th man on the NBA roster.
Yeah, John Conchar is a fringe NBA player. We
figured it out. What else? If that's all you got, you should have been trying to go to. You should have been going all in and trying to make the playoffs. If that's all your data came up with. Yet if we give Grayson Allen enough opportunities, he can be a starting shooting guard on a possible playoff team. We gathered that. We've gathered that Desmond Bane is an historically great shooter as a rookie that we still don't use properly. Let's go to break, man. I wasn't gonna do this today. Like, what are we developed for?
We're gonna talk about Dustin Starr when we come back. He's developing some guys.
Yeah, he is.
Championship Wrestling from Memphis. We'll talk about it when we come back. Hour number 3 on the way. Stick around.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Memphis Public Golf is back and thriving. And this year, the City Links have put junior golf and championships front and center. If you're a mom or dad, City Golf will have golf camps for juniors all summer at the Links at Whitehaven. Starting in June through the middle of July, your youngster can learn everything about the game from the pros. And if your game is ready, the Public Links have more tournaments this year than ever before. There will be championships at Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, and Pine Hill. The Pub Links, the Hillman Robbins, the Ladies Amateur Championships, and a whole lot more are just getting set to begin. And if you haven't played a city course in a while, you will love what you will see. All of them are now getting into top-notch shape. The greens roll true at all 6 courses, and wait till you see the new Overton Park 9 after its $2 million renovation. City Golf in Memphis, a sporting tradition for over 100 years. Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high-quality, great-tasting, and easy-drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pin, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We still dealing with the accident on Norris Road east of Elvis Presley Boulevard, which has shut down that part of the intersection or the street. So just keep in mind there, that's Norris Road east of Elvis Presley. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Yeah. Hour number 3. Let's go. Hour number 3. Presented by our friends at Acura Memphis. My name is Peter Edmiston alongside Anthony Sane. It's a little bit chilly out there. Going to warm up to mid-60s today. But we had some frost out there in certain parts of our listening audience. So it was cold, quite cold this morning. Still a little bit chilly. It'll warm up, be a little warmer tonight. No worries about frost or anything like that as it gets into the 60s. But the weather's going to be really nice. Apart from cloudy today and tomorrow and maybe some rain on Saturday. But Sunday's going to be beautiful. It's really, I want you to point to Sunday for your day. Get there and go to the park and eat some goulash or whatever it is. To get out there. And
watch a legal stream of some NBA game.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's right. That's
exactly
how
you do it, man.
This is how you do it. So our number 3 continues here in the Family Leisure Studios, and whether you watched it legally on Peacock or illegally, you have WrestleMania and you have WWE. That's happening and going crazy. AEW going crazy. Of course, Championship Wrestling from Memphis with the introduction of the brand new Memphis Heritage Championship. And joining us now to talk about that and other wrestling-related issues is our man. Not 1, not 2, not 3,
not 4,
but 5-star, as in Dustin, 5-star, who joins us. What's up, Dustin? How are you?
Oh, yeah. What's going on? Happy Throwdown Thursday, everybody. What's going on?
Woo! It's Earth Day, baby. It's Earth Day. What better way to introduce somebody to the earth than to slam them down right onto the old ground and introduce them to Mother Nature? Boom!
Yeah, buddy. Absolutely, man. Yeah, hey, you mentioned the Memphis Heritage Championship. Did you see that over the weekend? A new championship introduced to Memphis wrestling. Built off the heritage and tradition.
It's fantastic. Man. I love it.
I love it.
I love that. I love that we got a new belt. It looks nice. Very nice belt. Who designed that for you?
Well, so Martheus Wade, who is a comic book artist and also has just done a ton of work around
Dude's a
Memphis,
beast.
murals and all that.
Yeah.
He is awesome. And so when the project came up, I want every single piece of the new Memphis Wrestling to be Memphis. And even designing the championship belt was a Memphis artist. And he designed all of the championship belts. So that's not the only one, but that's the one that we're going to start off with in our Grind City Rumble. It's an open invitation, May 15th. That's Saturday, May 15th at noon on CW30. And, of course, you can watch on YouTube. But that's where we will crown the first ever Memphis Heritage Champion. But Martheus Wade, local artist, designed that championship.
Well, it looks good. I really like it. You've also got the Wrestle Center grand opening that you've talked about before. That's coming up, next week? End of next week, next weekend, is that right?
My heart just fluttered a little bit when you said that. Like next week, oh man, I was in there till midnight. I've been spending some long days and late hours in there, and so have some of the wrestlers. So this brand new Wrestle Center that you see is for the wrestlers and by the wrestlers. Literally, they designed everything in inside the building. So shout out to guys like the Posse and the King Cobra, and gosh, hey man, to have the Memphis wrestling legend King Cobra in there, helping paint and sweep floors. Gosh, just, even working with him has been tremendous, but he'll get in there and he'll get his hands dirty with you too. So shout out to everybody that's been helping out with the building. But it's coming along, man. You guys are going to absolutely love it. I can't wait for you to see it.
Well, I do love it, and I love that it's right there. It's on Winbrook, so South Memphis representing. It's near kind of Gracelandy area near the airport, Brooks Road, kind of area there, and a nice. And it's a big space, which is nice for you to be able to kind of put it in there, amongst the industrial area, because it gives you some room to work with, and some opportunity to be able to get the full facility in there, throw some rings in there, throw some mats in there, get your work done.
Oh man, absolutely. So we have 6,000 square feet, 30-foot ceilings. The ring is already set up. The stage is there. We have a brand new desk. I can't post any pictures because I want you to either be there to see it live or to see it premiere on or re-premiere on television. But this thing has a lobby. It's got a meet and greet area. It's not just a building with a ring set up in it. It reminds me more of a television set that you would maybe go to the U of M or you go to, Theater Memphis or something like that and see that they have they have a set that's built specifically for that particular show. And so it's kind of like old school meets new school, where all the drama will go down at the desk. And CW30 is going to be in there probably next week, and they're going to do a little news story and kind of highlight package on the building. But I think it's going to be a little bit more than what people expect, because when you go to a wrestling show nowadays, there's a building and we want it to be more than that. We're going to do training inside there. We're going to do birthday parties. How many times have I been asked, hey, how do I have wrestling matches at my birthday party? Believe it or not, that's a thing. So we'll be able to do that at the Wrestle Center, as well as taping our television shows. And our capacity in there is only 100 people. And that's not something that's going to increase ever or anything like that. It's literally 100 people. It's a small studio audience, just like we had back in the day in Classic Memphis Wrestling. There was only about 100 people in that studio at a time. And so that way it's a community. It's a little club. If you don't get your tickets, I don't have any more once they're sold out. So you got to come to the next one. So we've already put May the 16th on sale. So that's championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. May 16th will be the next one after May 2nd, and all the tickets are gone. The only tickets that we have left for May 2nd are the Jerry Jarrett VIP experience, where you can come hang out with Jerry Jarrett for a full hour. And those of you who don't know, Jerry Jarrett actually is the founder of the original Memphis Wrestling. Even before he went into a partnership with Jerry Lawler, Jerry Jarrett created Memphis Wrestling. So to have him there is going to be just tremendous. And he will be a part of the television show as well. I can't wait for that.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah. I mean, who better to pass along information, knowledge, experience, all that stuff. Jerry's been involved with every promotion. Obviously, as you mentioned, founding Memphis, but then He's been involved as a consultant for WCW, WWF. Was in all those organizations. So the guy's got knowledge on top of knowledge, and obviously Jeff doing just fine now too. So the connections there are endless, which is terrific. Now, one thing I want to know, because this Wrestle Center now that you guys have, it's excellent, and I'm thrilled and I'm excited that this is all happening. But here's my real question is this: me and Sane, we got to figure this thing out, and more importantly, we got to get in there and get trained. So I hear tell that if people want to figure out and want to learn how to be part of the business and want to actually go from watching and hey, maybe you're a tough guy, maybe you're a tough girl, you feel like you know what you're doing in there, you can handle yourself, and you've loved it and you want to be part of it. You guys now with the Wrestle Center have a chance to actually offer a really full-featured teaching situation, including learning promos and TV stuff, which is not something everyone can offer.
Oh, absolutely. If there was a school that I was going to recommend to you, it would be all the way in Knoxville with Dr. Tom Pritchard. That would be literally the closest one that I would feel comfortable saying you would get your money's worth and you'd be able to wrestle when you were done with Dr. Tom Pritchard. I mean, he trained The Rock, for crying out loud. So
yeah, fantastic.
And Dr. Tom,
he
sent me his curriculum. He wrote me a little letter on there. Very supportive guy at what we're doing here in Memphis. But I mean, everything from operating a camera to putting a format together on a show to ring announcing, sports entertaining, wrestling, refereeing, ring announcing, just whatever it has to do with a television program or the professional wrestling business, we're going to be able to teach there at the facility. So not only will we have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then also during our TV and our extra, like, quote unquote, house shows that are non-televised, the trainees will be there to experience that as well. And I started in the business when I was 15, and I never in a million years would have thought that some of the stuff that I saw happen back then, even though I didn't know I was learning it, I was. But now I'm putting all that knowledge to use for this. So it literally prepares you along the way. And, so you could go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com/training. King Cobra is our head coach, Alan Steele, myself. My Maria will be involved as well. There's just so much everything from locker room etiquette to in the ring etiquette, stuff that's like unwritten rules that these guys have experience in doing, they'll be able to teach. And so we've got students already signed up. And I think that once you see the facility, there will not be anywhere else that you want to train. You're literally training in a television studio. And so we have done a good job at keeping it quiet as far as not having any pictures or spoilers or anything. And that's done on purpose. But once you guys do see it, hopefully there will be a shock value to where it's like, wow, they really did it up in here. And then I think that anybody that's an aspiring pro wrestler or sports entertainer, that's where they're going to want to train with us.
What is the hardest thing about learning the craft? We always talk about, what's going on and all that stuff. And I always tell everyone, man, look, it's a unique business for sure. But from your perspective as somebody who's been in it now for decades and who learned at the feet of some of the legends, when you got into it and you actually started to do the training, what was the hardest adjustment that you had to make?
Man, some of the bumps. So one of the when you're training to take the bumps, you do a front flip and land flat on your back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, the ring, of course, you got a little bit of padding, probably an inch of padding, but everything else is wood and solid steel. So there wasn't as much cushion as I thought there was going to be. There's no spring in the middle of the ring to make it bounce like a trampoline or anything like that. So just getting used to taking those bumps was really tough. I remember rolling out of the ring one time and looking at my partners in there going, man, am I sure I want to do this? But that was the only time it ever happened. And then after that, it was, I don't want to say you get used to it, but you kind of do in a way, and then your adrenaline is flowing. But definitely taking the bumps, that's a tough part. But then coming out of your shell a little bit, because it's one thing to be goofing and joking and being charismatic in the locker room, but it's a whole nother thing. Making your friends laugh, that's one thing. But going out there in front of a group of strangers who probably have no idea who you are sometimes in these towns, and making them either like you or hate you within the first 30 seconds of them laying eyes on you, that's kind of tough too. You know, that's why people think it's easier to be a bad guy, because it's easier to get people to hate you real fast than it is to get them to cheer you real fast. There's a couple of things, but definitely taking bumps. Like if you guys got in there, I would say it would probably take you several minutes before you talk yourself into even taking one of those bumps. So maybe there's a body slam challenge in you guys' future.
Oh, see, now there we
Make
go.
a bet. Yeah.
I mean, listen, you got to like, the other thing is like running the ropes, like trying to figure figure out how to run the ropes without like tearing up your back and tearing up and looking like an idiot because you hit them wrong and it messes up your momentum and all that stuff, and doing all that while you're still actually acting and like, you know, putting on your performance face and thinking about, you know, what your role is. You know, you can't get out of character and be like, oh, dang, like I'm, you know, messed up. Like, no, once you step through those, you know, step through that curtain, you're in character no matter what happens. You got to stay in character. So, I mean, add that layer to it. It's tough.
Yeah, the character's the most fun part of it. Because think of that, man. You get to create your name. You get to create your outfit, what you're going to say. Are you going to have catchphrases? So all that stuff, your creative juices really start flowing. So if you need a creative outlet at all, wrestling is definitely the way to go on that. Everything from stories to outfits, you know. That was one of the most fun things for me, is growing up in the business and lifting weights and then seeing results. And, of course, when Maria was in my corner, when that happened, I felt like, all right, this is the full package. This is what I wanted to be when I was 15 years old, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool seeing it all come together.
Anthony Sane, what would your name be? Would you be the streamer?
Nope.
Oh, he's got a built-in name.
The real ninja, Anthony Sane.
You got a built-in name, Sane. You just call you Sane, you know?
Yeah. Sane is just sane. That's gotta be sane. That's gotta be sane. I'd love it. That's it right there. That's it right there.
You might know soon, man. I might be making my debut soon. Just get a roster spot for you. Just get a roster spot ready. I might come in.
When are we making the guest appearance in the booth? That's what I want to know. When are we going to be?
We need to do it. I seriously
get the guest appearance in the booth. That's gotta be Dustin Starr. Oh God! Oh, he killed him dead. Oh my Lord! Oh.
So, one of the things is thinking and watching. I've been watching a lot of classic Memphis wrestling, USWA. I love it, but man, everything went down at the desk. All the drama went down at the desk. Then it went into the ring, and then sometimes it spilled back out to the desk to finish talking trash. So I'm really looking forward to the new format, because you'll see the show completely change from what it is now.
I can't wait.
And for the better, not just the scenery, but it'll change.
No, that was the whole thing, man. The desk was where it was at. You'd have people come out and they want to interact with Lance and Dave or Corey and Dave, and you'd be like, oh, okay, all right, Dave, all right, Corey, okay, it's, you know, so they were part of the gig as well, and then they have to be like, oh, you got to get out of here. You can't be serious. That's ridiculous. Get on out. Just get out of here. What you made your point. Okay, you made your point. All right, now get out of here. You know, that was the classic Lance Russell. Okay, all right. You made your point.
That's what's missing too. And we talk wrestling every week, but I think that's what's a little bit missing is when, like on Raw, it's so shtick where they just, you know, the wrestler being interviewed could say something derogatory about the actual interviewer, and sometimes they don't even raise their eyebrows. It's just
it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Whereas Lance and Dave would get into it. Oh, come on, that's just silly. What are you even doing out here? Like they're arguing.
Like what's happening right now?
While the guy,
absolutely.
Yeah, while the guy's cutting the promo. I just think that interaction. We'll see if we can get it back, but that's what we're going for. That we're going to.
I would
different.
love it. I would love to see it, because I think that is missing, and I think that would be super, 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 super fun for everybody to kind of for people that have forgotten or who didn't know what that was like as a youngster and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you forget about it. It would be absolutely insane to see that back again. Would love it. All right, so everybody needs to realize that's happening over at the Wrestle Center. Get your tickets. The tickets are pretty much non-existent, at least for this one. But coming up, you can grab them in the taping schedule will be out there, so you can check it out and see what's going on. And shout out for you guys for making the Heritage. It's a great championship. I like organic championships that are real and not just nonsense that makes sense. That would be the championship here. I think it celebrates. It's always nice to have a nod to the rich Memphis history without being too tied into it and kind of limiting what you can do. So I think you guys are walking that line pretty well.
That was kind of one of the questions is, hey, are you going to have the Southern Heavyweight Championship? Because it's always been the Southern Heavyweight Championship. And it was like, no, we're not going to bring a title back. I mean, we're not really the company to bring that back. I mean, it's a different company. But then also at the same time, we can create something new that pays tribute, to the heritage of where that Southern Heavyweight title came from. So it's something new, and it's got Mid-South Coliseum on the plates on the side. And on the other side, it's got the pyramid with the bridge. So, there's little hidden Easter eggs all throughout the design. So once you guys get a better look at it throughout the, next several tapings, and then when we crown the champion, the idea is to have Jerry Jarrett actually do the championship presentation. So whoever wins the title at the Grind City Rumble, that very next week, they will be awarded the championship by the founder of Memphis Wrestling. Now, what better way to have the stamp of approval put on you as far as Memphis Wrestling than to have Jerry Jarrett raise your hand? So that's coming up. That's May the 2nd. So I can't wait for that.
I mean, it's there would be no other way to do it, other than the late Lance Russell or Corey Macklin or Dave, all those guys recreating. We can't do that. So the closest we can get is bringing Jerry, and I think that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Get out of here, everybody. Okay, you made your point. Okay, now get
out of here.
Okay, get out of here. All right.
That's just ridiculous.
Okay, Brian Christopher, I see it. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I will tell you.
Okay, Moondogs, you're out here. I gotcha.
If Brian was around, he would absolutely be there. I could imagine Brian Christopher flying off the top rope with the hip hop drop. Oh my gosh, he would be the guy. This thing is set up for Brian Christopher. Really, he could talk all that trash and then get in the ring and back it up. The Little Red Wagon. I'd have to recreate that at some point.
All right, Dustin, we appreciate it, man. Give our best to Maria and the kiddos.
All right, thank you guys.
All right,
I'll see you soon.
All right, Dustin Starr joining us here on the program again. I love the fact that we have a local wrestling center.
Yep.
Back in the mix.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Haven't had that in a while. Man. You haven't had that.
Their own
something
building.
like that ever, really. But their own building with their own little studio, just like it used to be back at Channel 5 and all that. That's the way. It was that way too in the NWA back in the Carolinas. Mid Atlantic. They had the same kind of thing, like the little studio, and Ric Flair and all those guys were. So I mean that's a part of wrestling history, man. The little studio.
The Channel 5 studio. I never went to the live tapings. Where was it? Like, where did they do that?
That was it. I mean, it was in the Channel 5 building. It was
on Union?
Yeah.
Right where, there. Though? I mean, does that still exist? Like, the space that they did it in, is it still there?
I'm sure it does. I mean, I'm sure they've modified. Yeah, but, I mean, it was just a kind of a big floor space that they put the ring up and put some chairs in, and that's
so wild.
What it is. Just a big studio, That's yeah, absolutely.
They probably made that into cubicles at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been over there in forever, so I don't know. Jarvo would know. Maybe Jarvo would.
Man,
Jarvo would
I'm about to think, hey,
Jarvo.
Yeah, Jarvo, man, get me in,
come
man.
on, Jarvo, hit us up. What does it look like?
Get your boy in. Let me walk around the hollow grounds.
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't recognize it anymore. you can see the spot where Eddie Gilbert ran over Jerry Lawler with the car.
Murdered him.
Attempted murder.
Never went to trial.
Attempted murder.
Where's the justice?
We'll come back. Hour number 3 continues here, live and local from the Family Leisure Studios, presented by Acura Memphis. Real Sports Star, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Hey, sports fans, if you're looking for auto body work for your car or truck, 3A Collision in Bartlett has you covered. We are factory certified with 13 different manufacturers, including GM, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Infiniti, Nissan, Acura, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, and Fiat. We're the only GM certified collision repair shop in the greater Memphis area. 3A Collision is proud to be voted Memphis Best Collision Repair by the Commercial Appeal 3 years in a row. 3A Collision specializes in performing proper repairs using specific manufacturer guidelines. We're a locally family-owned business, and we genuinely care about the well-being of our customers. Certified repairs are safe repairs. Why trust anyone but the best? At 3A Collision, no need for an appointment. We always have trained and courteous estimators available for you. 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. At 3A Collision, we're all about the best customer service and quality of our workmanship. 3A Collision, 6420 Summer Avenue.
You ready for a new ride? We Gossett at Gossett Kia Covington Pike. And Bobby J is the man to put you in a new Kia today. It's less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte, $129 a month lease. $31.99 due at signing. Find your soulmate with 2021 Kia Soul. $159 a month lease, $3,099 due at signing. And 2021 Kia K5 built in America, $184 a month lease, $3,099 due at signing. All 36-month leases. Plus, peace of mind you can trust with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike. Shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
36-month leases, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME344, $837, MSRP $20,655. Sold M777, $2135, MSRP $21,130. K5, MG 005560, MSRP $25,725. 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Wearing big things, big belts, big rings, bigger than you ever seen, big as big could ever be. So big, better beg for peace. Pipe down, might awake the beast. Is that my name coming out your mouth? Better watch what you say about me. And my name better do the streets. Words and a wise, learn to survive. Word on the street. I am the reason. You can see the look in my eyes. I have arrived. You will not leave it alive. I am the truth. You are lying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a shine all the time. I do it.
Hour number 3 continues here at the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sam with you.
Yes, sir.
Zachary Boyd, a.k.a. Rack City Zach, a.k.a. the Marquis de Broccoli, a.k.a. the Viceroy Bok Choy, running the show. Veggie Miller. Shaquille O'Neal replacement.
Did you see the text line?
Man, these people.
Rare
Rare form today, man. And the stuff that people get triggered over. So, like, why did that get you upset? Like, why?
What is going on? I'm not even.
Somebody says Zach the Veginator. That's not what I'm talking about. Finish the move with the smashed potato.
Oh man, We got a real opportunity here. We got a real opportunity here.
The ventilator.
Absolutely. We can absolutely
not loaded smash because we can't do the bacon. So
no. Well, you can load it up with everything except bacon.
Yeah.
The nearly fully loaded smashed potato.
Yeah.
That's my man. Look at my man Zach doing his thing. That's Zach Boyd, ladies and gentlemen. He is absolutely.
Read this other stuff, Peter. What's wrong with these people?
Are they out of pocket?
And then somebody DM me. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Shut up, man. Shut up. My God, what is wrong with these people's minds?
What is now you're making me do all this stuff. Oh, see now.
And check your personal text too, man. Like that's also important. Oh man, what is wrong with these people, bro? Like, are you that offended by bootleg streaming? Like, is that really bothering me? I mean, if you want to go pay for cable, bro, don't get mad at me because I don't and watch the same crap you do. Like, don't let that make you mad. Like, where you got to start saying a bunch of dumb stuff and jumping in my DM and all this kind of. You just don't let people you don't know control that much of your life, man. Because if people cause you to react, that means they've got a unhealthy amount of control over you. If stuff people say on the radio causes you to respond, like that's an unhealthy level of reaction. But yeah, what's wrong with these people, man?
It does feel like you're sort of lording it over them to some extent.
How dare you not pay for cable? The world and still watch the same stuff I'm watching. You're not supposed to be watching this. Man, take that up with Xfinity or whoever you deal with.
Oh man, you're gonna talk yourself into
man,
interesting situations here. All right, so a couple of
Comcast gonna call me what? What are we talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's listening. The NFL owners have okayed some changes for the 2021 season. Including one that I think is particularly interesting. They did not allow for the Ravens put out a proposal that would have instituted the Sky Judge from the XFL, where the Sky Judge could overturn anything, watching everything, and could just step in and be like, "Everybody stop! The Sky Judge has demanded that you stop because we must administer punishment." That won't happen. However, they will give existing replay officials more authority to consult with referees on certain specific objective aspects of a play when clear and obvious video evidence is present. Coaches will not have to throw challenge flags to prompt that advice and prompt that situation.
What are your thoughts on?
They've also I'm gonna get to that in a second.
All right.
They've also approved numbers. Players can wear different numbers now. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, DBs, and linebackers can all wear single-digit numbers now.
I like that.
So that's fun. I like that.
Single-digit numbers always. You know, you need to be good. You can't be trash running a single-digit number.
Yeah.
You better be good.
That's true. But I like it. I like that you have guys that can do that now. That's fantastic. All right. Now, my policy on this is the same as my policy on everything involving replay, which is it all sucks. It's all stupid. It's all trying to fix something that is unfixable. And I hate it even more because there's these limitations now about what you can and can't involve yourself in. And now we know that they're going to have the power to insert themselves into stuff, and then they're going to choose not to, which is going to just make people even angrier about the stuff that they're choosing not to insert themselves into. That's going to be a talking point next year. How many games, say, in the NFL, and really all sports, but the NFL, end up with the next day you're talking about a replay, or you're talking about a call that should have been overturned, or you're talking about something that wasn't right. It's a huge proportion of these things. It takes up an enormous amount of the airtime and the talking points, as opposed to just like what's actually happening in the games.
Right.
And I will continue to say it until I'm blue in the face. Replay is not worth the trouble. You can try to legislate it however you want. You can say, oh, you could do these challenges. Oh, you can have the replay official do this, do that, the other thing. It ain't going to work.
Right. And we tried to watch the game and eliminate our human element a lot. Because I've seen people, they'll post things on Facebook or Twitter where like, oh, that was a backcourt violation. Like, you know, because you're rewinding live TV. It's like, okay, but the game's not viewed that way. It's not even viewed from that angle. You know what I mean? So there are going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of human element to calling the game. And you've kind of convinced me because when I first heard you saying the whole you're against replay altogether thing, I was like, what are you talking about? But then when I really think about it, like I've jumped to that side as well, where it really just makes matters worse. Just make the call and, you know, kind of let it be what it is. Because once you start getting replay in it, it just makes things even worse. Because very seldom do they even get it right, even with the replay. And the things that they really should be looking at the replay, they don't even look at. So, because the main thing to me is like what's a foul and what's not a foul. Those type of things seems like they should be, you know, the bigger issues. But you know,
and you're showing these replays, and you know, a lot of these are looking like, you know, wrestling replays where, you know, guys are not hitting their spots very well, and somebody's just missing contact altogether, and you know, you can't call a foul or you can't call a penalty or whatever. And yet, because it's the rule, you can't actually overturn the call. You know, you can't. So it just looks very silly that you're looking at this thing in slow motion and there's stuff you can't overturn. Or a guy is stepping out of bounds and you can't overturn that because that wasn't the replay. Or there's a replay that happens with 2:02 left in the game, and because it's not under the 2-minute mark, you know, the challenge doesn't apply, and a coach has already used his challenge, so he can't challenge an obviously wrong thing. Like, that's so stupid. Either replay everything or nothing, because otherwise you are making these arbitrary decisions about what's the most important part of the game, and that's just impossible to do. And you leave everybody extremely unsatisfied with how things are going, extremely unsatisfied with the way that things have progressed. It doesn't solve anything. We have to understand, if you want the game to be played and managed and run by humans, then you have to accept that humans are going to make mistakes. Just like a player, Grayson Allen, will miss two free throws at the end of the game. He's a 91% free throw shooter. You know, what were the odds that he would miss two of them in a row? Very, very slim, but it happened. You have to accept that that's human nature. You don't get to go back and replay those. You don't get to go back and change that. Referees are going to get 95% of calls right, but there's going to be 5% they get wrong. That means 1 out of every 20. Okay, so accept it. Like, move on with it. You know, how often does that completely?
They get excited about seeing Nikola Jokic do Nikola Jokic stuff. Oh, there had to have been a foul. I mean, yeah.
If you want to, I mean, listen, if you want to remove the referees from the court and just have people watching the game on monitors from different angles, push a button and call a foul because they saw this or that, is that what you want? Like, I mean, you could get it quote unquote accurate,
it's super accurate.
But is that really what you want? Is that what you want? Like, is that the way you want the game to go? No, we don't like that. So, you know, we accept that there are some things. And there's sometimes when we don't really want a foul to be called, right? Let them play. It's the last 2 minutes of the game. You can't call a foul there. You can't call a foul there. Oh, you can't call a penalty there. You can't call a holding, you know, on the last play of the game with the Super Bowl on the line. You can't call a holding. Well, so what do you want? I mean, which way do you want it? I hate it's just made the games so much worse. They last forever. How many reviews do we have at the end of these games? Because then once they stop the review, then they can review for time. So then once they stop the game for some other thing, then they have to review, and they put on 2 tenths of a second on the clock. For what? And now you've given teams extra timeouts. What is the point of all this?
So many cringe moments of replays in the Denver game.
Oh my God!
Crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
Not only was it double overtime, but it was the game ended like it was like a 3+ hour game. Like, what are you doing out here? I don't know, man. That's why. Why do you think that Gonzaga UCLA game in the Final Four was so good for so many reasons? But one of the main reasons was there were no reviews at the end. There were no ridiculous fouls. It was just like back and forth, the way it's supposed to be. In football, same thing, man. You know, play the game. Stop with all these little, incessant. Ugh. Has it made it better?
No.
Has it made the game better? Has it made the experience better? Have we if we were actually like making accurate assessments of this stuff, but half the time the replay's wrong in the NFL. I mean, Zach Boyd, go back to the infamous Des Bryant situation, and was it a catch and was it not, and the process of the catch and all that. Did they get that right, or did they just create a whole different situation where everyone hated everything? The Tuck rule, the back end that may have started all Tom Brady's whole legacy. It's just it hasn't improved the game. It seems so simple in theory, like, oh yeah, let's just replay some stuff and get it right. Okay. When you actually start doing it, forget about it. Anyway.
I'm with you, brother.
It's one of my absolute like touch points. It's one of the things that I would.
Replays just got out of hand.
It's out of hand in every sport.
Them single digit numbers,
other than tennis, where you know what, they have a little thing. You hit it, boop. They show the thing. Is it in? Is it out? That's it.
Ain't nothing to argue about.
Fine. Is it in and out? I'm willing to go with that. In basketball, did you step out of bounds? Cool. Did you step out of bounds in football? Fine. Other than that, get rid of it.
The day I knew it had gone too far was when the Clippers played the Lakers last year. And I think it was like maybe a Christmas Day game. It was some game on a Sunday or a holiday or something, because I was watching it with my family at my brother's house. Mm-hmm. And Patrick Beverly swipes down LeBron James. LeBron is going for a jump shot. Beverly swipes down at the ball and knocks it out of LeBron's hand. That ball, 99% of the time, is going to be called out on the Clippers. They zoomed in on it, replayed it a million times, and they showed that when he hit the ball out, it grazed LeBron's hand as it went out of bounds. I'm like, bro, that play was initiated by the defender swiping the ball out of his hand. His plan was to knock the ball simply out of LeBron's hand, and then it went out of bounds. Based on the intent of the defensive play,
the ball's supposed to be part of the hand.
It stays with the Lakers. Like only because you replayed it and zoomed in on it, you were able to see that it did that. Like that was just going too far to me, and it swung the game. The Clippers ended up winning the game because of that particular play. So yeah, I just think we just go too far at replaying, so just letting stuff be what it is.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. A little bit of news breaking. Also, we're gonna chat. Hopefully, catch up with somebody special.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can do that when we come back here, and we'll leave it at that for now. But you'll want to stick around. I promise. It's Real Sports Talk, Sports 56.98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
The Jeep Celebration and Ram Truck Month is still going strong at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. Check out 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $22,490 or $287 a month. Command the road in your 2021 Dodge Charger XST. We Gossett at $29,499 or $394 a month. And if you're ready for some adventure, 2021 Fiat 500 X-Pop all-wheel drive, $21,990 or $279 a month. And they're not leases, you own them. We Gossett all at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike, so drive past the rest and come to the best. 1901 Covington Pike, or shop online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, all 3,500 cash down, 75 months at 4.11 APR. Renegade MPM 44,788, MSRP 26,240. Charger MH 512,542, MSRP 32,860. 500X MP 88,7786, MSRP 26,830. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/21 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Are you considering replacing your heating and air conditioning system this spring? Conway Services and Carrier have teamed up to make now the perfect time with Visa gift cards back from Carrier for up to $1,500 on select Carrier Infinity systems. If you happen to need 2 new systems, that'd be up to $3,000 in Visa cards. Now that'd come in handy. If that's not enough, we'll include an April air cleaner to help remove dust from your home, a 10-year parts warranty, and a free Nest thermostat. Plus, with Conway Services, we have easy payment plans with systems as low as $139 per month. Now you could do that. And with Conway Services, you'll be receiving our award-winning service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old air conditioning system, we'll come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Jeff Allen telling my man what's happening over at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah.
All I can say, Randy, it's the right time to buy your new Kia at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. I've got a 2021 Kia Forte, 41 MPG, or $129 a month lease, just $31.99 due at signing. And a 2021 Kia Soul, $159 per month lease, $30.99 due at signing.
And I see you got 2021 Kia K5 built in America, $184 a month lease, $30.99 due at signing. They're all 36-month leases.
Plus our industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, and let's not forget Senatobia, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME344, $837, MSRP $20,655. Sold M777, $2135, MSRP $21,130. K5, MG 005560, MSRP $25,725. 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they're doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
I don't see the bottom of it. I'm fighting hard, feel the pain, but I gotta love it. The sweat glistens, I'm a winning, ain't no battle hunters.
Got a lot to get to here. Yep. Got a little news this morning. Jason Smith, over down the dial 92.9, reporting that Jonathan Lawson has a call scheduled with Penny Hardaway this morning, according to his dad, and that there will be no Zoom meeting between Jonathan and Creighton. And
What?
That changes things a little bit.
What?
Interesting situation. Interesting situation indeed. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that over the day. I'm sure they'll have more. Greg and Eli coming up next on middays with you. They'll have a lot more information on that. It's potentially very interesting little bit of news out there, and I know our got some folks out there that are very interested and very keenly attuned
one way or another.
what's happening.
I wonder, does that mean that they're not meeting at all? Or they're not meeting today. What did you take from it? They're not meeting at all.
They're not meeting at all. Is what I took from it. But that's what I took from it. All right. So we want to bring on and saying we had talked about this before. And, I mentioned it yesterday and today, and it's just been blowing up, man. Adrian Shavers organized the GoFundMe for a man by the name of Lavelle Till, and if you have been down to FedEx Forum,
no way
I'm sure you've met, and there's no way you haven't seen Lavelle. He's one of the nicest dudes in the world. I talk to him basically before every game about this, that, and the other. He'll dap you up. He'll give you some love. So I know there are lots of fans have lots of stories about how Lavelle helped them do certain things. Just a blessing. Good guy. And then Lavelle has had some issues. And Adrian, welcome.
Yes,
congratulations on this whole thing, man, because it's been incredible. When I first checked it, back last Sunday night, I guess it was like $3,000, $4,000, and now I check it, it's $23,480 right now. I mean, this is awesome for Lavelle. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Right, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Just got a text from him. He's actually in dialysis this morning, and he sent a text and saying how grateful he is because of the timing that it occurred, because he had just received a call from his transplant coordinator was giving him an amount that he would need to pay out of pocket, after insurance. So this is going to cover that and change.
Wow.
So this is like, so right on time. It's just amazing to me. I'm just, in awe, really.
And it's crazy, man, because me and a friend of mine, that's an officer who did security for the Grizzlies, we were joking about how, I said, man, Adrian, knows people. He just finds a way to know people. And we just joked about that so much. But it's crazy because those connections help you get this GoFundMe link out there to a bigger audience. And it's really just God's plan, man, to see how this whole thing played out, the number of people. Because when we talked about it, was it yesterday, Peter? It was $6,000. And it's ballooned to 23,000. And that's incredible.
Right.
Man. And I talked to you off the air yesterday, and you were saying that that you were just checking on him. You were just checking to see how he was going. And tell us the story of how how you just wanted to do it, just a personal donation, how that turned into this whole GoFundMe thing.
Yeah, it's I tell people there's 4 words that started this whole thing. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And that started the whole deal, because I didn't know the magnitude of what he was going through. I knew he had, some type of sickness or, I'm not the type to be trying to dig all in people's business and all of that. So I just took it as, okay, he wasn't, doing well. He was sick. And so I just asked him, how are you doing? And then he just spilled it to me. He let me know exactly what was going on. And at that point, I'm like, oh, man. And I have a Grizzly group on Facebook, and I asked him, was it okay if I shared it with the group? And he said, yeah, no problem. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to, I wanted to do something, personally for you, send you a little money or whatever. Give me your Cash App. He's so old school, he don't even have a Cash App. So I went in the group and was like, okay, hey, why don't y'all help me, just send something to me in my Cash App, and I'll send it to him. But one of my group members came to me inbox and was like, hey, why don't you set up a GoFundMe? And I've never done anything like this before. I don't even, I didn't even know how. So I just went on there and Googled GoFundMe and, read about it, say, okay, how do you do this? And I set it up and wham, it just blew up. I mean, I reached out to, several people, sent the links to several people, and one in particular, Jermichael Green. I'm always, messing with him and Courtney, his girlfriend, Courtney. And we sent the link out to her and to Jermichael. And it was like immediately, boom, he came in there, dropped like $2,000.
Right.
And not only that, he shared it. So that right there is really what I think opened it up.
Mm-hmm.
When he shared that link, because it went out to a lot more people than I could have gotten it out to. And from his sharing it, it just retweeted, and blew up.
And it's wild because you look at Lavelle as just being a guy who, he has a very simple job in the whole scheme of things. You know what I mean? As far as the FedEx Forum and the Grizzlies game experience, he has a very small role. But it's wild how his spirit and just his heart for people impacted so many people. That when he's in need, okay, I know exactly who that is. You know what I mean? And we talked about off the air too about how you never know how you're impacting somebody's day, somebody's life by little things that you do, by just taking pride in your job and what you're doing in the moment, and just affecting that many people, man. Whether it was media members who see him before the game, fans, because his section is always live. Like you could just you can spot his section out of games because everybody seems like they're having a ton of fun. And he's part of that experience. Like I want to go. I'm going to buy my season ticket so I can sit where Lavelle, you know what I mean, where Lavelle works. Like that happens.
103.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's like the livest section in the forum, and it's just real, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of holding emotions in because the way that whole thing was set up with divine order and everything, like it's just an awesome moment. I'm glad that you were receptive to the big picture and everything.
Oh yes. Like I told him, I said, man, you were just tugging. You was tugging in my spirit. and I reached out to him. So I see now, after, you step back, a lot of times you don't see a picture because you're standing too close to it. So when you step back from that picture, you get to see the entire scheme. So now, I'm looking at it now. I'm saying, okay, that's why he was tugging at my spirit. That's why I was led to reach out to him, especially when I got that text today about the transplant coordinator. I'm like, wow. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know. I just was like, hey, let's just try to help you with something. I know you hadn't been working or anything. That was my thing.
It's just it's fantastic. There's, God's plan is always going to happen, and it just this is how it is. We're all out here doing our best, but you did a great thing for Lavelle. Please give him our best, and everybody go check it out. I put the link out there. I know Sane has too. Cool. Jermichael Green's got it out there. Donate as much as you can, because Lavelle has just been a blessing to so many folks. So it's nice to be able to give back to him. Congratulations again, and like I said, give him our best as he hopefully continues to get better and improve.
Certainly, man. I appreciate y'all for this opportunity and time.
Yes,
just get the word out, because we're still going to keep it up. I like I was telling Anthony, I didn't know anything about it. I started off the goal at $5,000.
I said, "Nah, man, just keep. As long as they give it, keep raising that goal, man."
That's right. I know it keeps going up.
Now.
So hey,
keep raising the goal.
That's cool. It's
right
fantastic.
now, I got it at what, 30,000. So
30,000. Yeah. Let's see if we can get it. Let's keep going. That's fantastic.
Yes,
Adrian,
sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That is
Adrian
Adrian
y'all.
Shavers, who's
Y'all
done
have a great one.
Great job. You too. Who's done a great job of putting this thing together. The GoFundMe for Lavelle Hill. It's raised a ton of money, and it's very expensive. He's going to need as much as he possibly can.
For sure.
Good guy.
Sure,
and
man.
I'm thrilled to see that we everyone's come together. That's awesome stuff. As I mentioned, some Lawson news. I'm sure they'll talk about it on middays coming up next. In addition to a whole lot of other things with Greg and Eli, you're going to want to stick around for that. Everybody, have yourself a wonderful, fantastic, beautiful Thursday, and we'll talk to you in the morning.